the jump, dude.
Yeah. Welcome to the table where the truth gets said. No filters, no edits, no words left unsaid. Different perspectives, but we all take a stand. Real talk live, this is no middleman. Yeah, soul setting tone, keeping structure and flow. Uncle Plug, bring game that the streets already know. Reign with the crown and a voice that expands. If it's honest conversation, no middleman. Live from the room where the real ones stand. Uncut, unscripted, no middleman.
Souls of Thought. Disclaimer. This live stream is for entertainment and commentary purposes only. Statements made are opinions, satire, or hypothetical discussion and should not be interpreted as factual claims. We are not journalists, attorneys, or professionals. We are reacting to publicly available information. No statements should be construed as accusations or assertions of wrongdoing. By viewing this content, you acknowledge that you are responsible for your own interpretations. Viewer discretion is advised.
Yeah, my verse the hook.
Yeah. Classic.
My verse the hook. They said I couldn't do it, well they was wrong. I let them know it's a different garment. Let them know it's a different fabric. No pesto, a different sauce. When it comes from my lips, it's a different gloss. Yeah, I'm polished, the bar solid. Long journey, I'm built for mileage. Fontaine, when it come to trident. The easy way is to go and support me. The hard way, trying to stop me. Don't come in bulk. You can't crop me, I'm too fly. You can't crop me. My hair long, but I ain't locking. Shorty bad, but she can't lock me. I met too many that said they got me. My heart broken, damn they got me. Tables turn, I'm a hashtag. You a free agent and you mad. Summertime you be teed up, in the wintertime you be sad. Realize you shouldn't have let me go, so when I come up you talk mad trash. You was always a class act, Just admit that you was wrong about me. Thought I would lose, felt strong about it. Winning now, you no longer around me. Circus over, we don't do no clown. I wouldn't do it, but they was wrong. Let them know, it's a different garment. Let them know, it's a different fabric. No pesto, a different sauce. When it come from my lips, it's a different talk. When you backing it up, it's a different walk. When you making changes, it's a march. When I talk about drive, it's the grind. When you talk about drive, it's a car. I fight for mine like I got a plan. You fight.
Are you making another beat, Daddy?
Yeah.
And Genius is my dad.
Man, loyalty off the strength. Squad with me off the strength.
Let's go.
If you with your people, let it be known.
Loyalty off the strength.
Yeah.
Squad got me off the strength. Going crazy off the strength.
Yeah.
We ain't playing off the strength. My team strong.
She with her ladies off the strength.
My team strong.
She with her ladies off the strength.
She showing coochie like Boosie, sliding on her like the Toosie. They saying beggars can't be choosy. I ain't begging, so I'm choosy. Way I'm seasoned, I'm a movie. In the bed, it's unruly. Getting high first, coolly. I'm a dog, no cue, she a cutie. I'm leaving my prints when I smack on her boot. I'm all in her space, she like the intrusion. Got a role play, she like the illusion. On the other side, it's a squad when I'm moving. Uber XL, whatever we doing. New clientele, business maneuvers. I'm cool with some lords and I'm cool with some hoovers. Come to the court, they call me a shooter. Come to the guns, I'm calling a shooter. Better call it a truce before I call a conclusion. I'm from the city where it ain't no snoozing. I'm from the city where it ain't no lacking. It was so fast, that's how it happened. Put a hit on your man, I got hits on my mind. B-class to write a hit on the nap. I'm making a list, I got hits on my mind. Where I'm from, somebody dying if we cap. Loyalty off the strength. Squad got me off the strength. Going crazy off the strength. We ain't playing off the strength. My team strong.
She with her ladies off the strength.
My team strong.
She with her ladies off
My
the
team
strength.
strong. I like that. That was my first time hearing that one.
Yeah. You got it, Rain. Do your thing, man.
Hey y'all, what's up? It is Wednesday. Wind down Wednesday with the No Middleman panel. We bring y'all something new tonight. We're bringing an open panel. So welcome everybody in. I think I already seen a bunch of people in the chat. Sunny, y'all in here already. Everybody. Uncle Plug, well, we know. Hey, Uncle Plug. But I-90 West, hey, I-90 West. So we in here. Hey, what's just jokes too? Make sure what?
What does a gynecologist and a pizza delivery boy have in common?
I don't know.
They both come in a box, or they both like boxes. Or
Wait, so you quick with that one? What you wait?
They both
like boxes.
They both.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Just jokes. Hey, what's the answer?
Yeah, give us the answer. Give us an answer. Yeah, I know. It was my fault this time. It was my fault this time. So let's welcome everybody in. I am your girl, Soft Rain. We are part of the Raw Society Coalition. We got the founder, of course, Souls, and Uncle Plug with you tonight, or with
Indeed.
me tonight. We all of us are here together. So,
Yeah.
but we got this open panel with some interesting topics. So, what we talking about tonight?
So we got a great night for y'all. If you see it's wine down Wednesday, get you a cup of wine if that's what you like to do. What we're going to be talking about tonight, of course, we have the see, oh,
Wait,
they both can scrape the bottom of the box for extra cheese.
hey,
Yeah,
why
I
you
like,
here?
I like. I was on the right. I was going the right direction with the box. I knew it had something to do with the box.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Chanel. We
Hey,
missed you
Chanel,
last
we missed
night.
you last night. Yeah.
Shout out Chanel in the building.
Mhm.
Now where Bambino at? Y'all ain't never in here at the same time.
I-90 West said, well, what did you call an Asian cameraman? iPhone? iPhone?
Uh,
Asian cameraman.
Give it to us, I-90, because we stumped.
Pause.
Pause. Okay, we pausing.
No, you said give it to us.
Oh, my bad.
Feel me. Feel me.
Feel me.
Oh,
I
feel
like
me.
I like it. I like it. I like it. Look at
That's a
that.
good one.
And I-90 is a perfect example of what this show is about tonight, man. We have one of the greatest chats, man. You can call it the War Room, 333, the Plug, the Raindrops, whatever you want to call it. We have one of the greatest chats in the building, and you guys were able to create this show for us tonight.
Thank you.
What's up, Jen? What's up? What's up? Yes, sir. We
Yeah.
normally have live soundtracks. We are gonna continue that, but tonight we're trying to figure out the whole music thing, so we're not wasting content. So we are gonna bring that back to y'all very, very soon. With that being said, tonight is gonna piggyback off of our live from last night. We had a lot of conversation in the chat last night about interdependent, and then we kind of started talking about different things when it came to relationships. So I want to give you guys the breakdown on how the show is going to look tonight. We are going to do an open panel. So we're going to start off with a topic about independent women. Then we're going to move into women wanting to be submissive or not. And then we're going to introduce the open panel when we talk about interdependent. And we talk about the clip from last night. Excuse me, y'all. So the first two topics we'll be discussing here as a panel, and then we will open up. We will drop the link in the chat for the last ending of the show. So it's going to be a great show, man. It's going to be a great show. Into Deep said 30-second clips and break down the lyrics. Cool. I have to get with you into these so you can kind of show us how it go. What's up, Hypocrisy? He said, Raw Society fam in the chat. Always.
Welcome
What's
in.
up, man? And hello, everyone. I'm just strolling through. Don't just stroll. Stay in here.
Yeah, stay here.
Yeah, we got a great show for you tonight. We got a great show.
Just get started.
So we're going to go ahead and get this thing going tonight. We're going to jump into the first topic because I know y'all ready for them lines to get open. So we're going to jump into that first topic. We're going to be going into the independent lens. We're going to go to the great world of, like Classic says, the great world of TikTok. And this gentleman is going to talk about the reason why men don't like independent women. And we're going to have an open discussion about this as the us three. And then we'll move on to the next topic. So let's get it.
As a woman calls herself independent, that's a red flag to me. We don't like independent women. We do like self-sufficient women, but there's a major difference between the two. We don't mind self-sufficiency. A woman that has her own career, her own place, cars, money, businesses, we don't mind that. But the minute you start to idolize your independence is where we see red flags, because there's a certain spirit that comes along with that. It's the I don't need anybody paradigm. Let's flip it. How would women feel if they met a man and every time he spoke, he sounded like, I pay my own bills and they're all in my name. I live on my own. I don't need nobody. She'd probably say, like, bro, you're an adult. You're supposed to do that. Like, are you good? Like, is there a chip on your shoulder? Like, but even deeper to the point, I'll never make my woman feel like I don't need her. Can you imagine how I would look to a woman who liked me if I walked around shouting how independent I am or how I don't need anybody? Like, imagine how that would make her feel. Nah, I'm waking up every day and reassuring her that I want her, I desire her, and I need her. I'm not a weak man for admitting I need my woman, but I'm worried that some women are so attached to that independent teaching that they're going to independent themselves right into a lonely life, or worse, form an attachment but still perceive the relationship through an independent field of view. As soon as a woman
So I want to play that last bit again because
desire her and I
think he says a lot without saying a lot. So here we go.
attached to that independent teaching that they're going to independent themselves right into a lonely life, or worse, form an attachment but still perceive the relationship through an independent field of view.
So shout out to this man named is Forrest Laurent on TikTok. If y'all want to follow him, I thought it was a nice piece he put together there. He was talking about the independent lens of women, but I think the very end is what caught my attention when he spoke about sometimes people can get in a relationship and still have an independent view and get attached to that view. I want to hear what you all think about individuals being independent. It could be the woman's view, the man's view, whoever would like to start.
I think in the space of being independent, it's all about the attitude of it. I think that the attitude of, you know, when you say like, I don't need nobody, you know, like I got this, I got me, I don't need you, I want you, you know, that attitude. You can have that demeanor, but not that attitude. You can hold things down and do what you want, what you need to do, and handle your business. I mean, you're grown. You should be doing and handling your own business, but it's the attitude that come with it. I think that'll be the turn off, or that'll be the deflection.
Yeah, I get that, and I've always myself, who is self-sufficient, um, independent. I'm not dependent on any one somebody or a man. But I've always, with that being said, I've always stated that I want and desire and need a man. Period. I'm surviving right now. I'm in survival mode right now because I don't. So I'm doing what needs to be done. But there are women out here who preach INDEPEND, you know, all day long. Oh, I don't need a man. I don't want a man. That is not soft rain. Soft rain is doing what she needs to do right now, but sure does desire, want, and need a man. Period.
It was raindrops. That song pops in my head every time when you talk like that.
She need to go ahead and get that.
It's that feminine energy.
Yeah. I come off for it sometimes, you know, that tone, and you know, but it comes with it comes with being in leadership. What you say?
Hard win.
It comes with being in leadership positions through employment, having to be head of my household, having to make decisions, having to have that, you know, firm decision making.
I think that's neither feminine or masculine. I mean, that's you just handling your business. I mean, if you don't do it, who the hell is gonna do it? You got to get it done. So I don't think whether it's a soft or a hard or a masculine or feminine energy, that's just handling your business. And that's like what I was saying, like it's the attitude about it though. You still being a lady while you're making it happen.
Yeah.
Jen had a great question here. She said, what makes the independent phase you are in survival mode? That's a heck of a question.
That's a hell of a question, Jill.
That's a heck of a question.
Because you're doing what you're actually surviving on your own. You're in survival. You're doing yeah.
Go ahead. No,
Sometimes
speak organic. No, speak organically. No, you got it.
So you're doing what needs to do to survive. You're making ends meet. You're there. You're surviving your daily life on your own. So that phase right there, without any assistance, So technically you are in survival mode because you're surviving everyday tasks, every day, All right, then. He said it's called being an adult, not survival mode. I think for women, it's survival mode because a man is supposed to provide, protect, cover, so on and so forth. Oh, I get that, Jen. I get that. But without the covering of a man, why would it not be survival mode if you are independent?
Great conversation. Great conversation. Great conversation. Really is a great conversation. Class said firm decision making is a masculine thing for sure. I-90 West said, we as men have also contributed to mainly characteristics of women of our absence.
I think he meant manly. To the manly characteristics of a woman for our absence. Is that what you mean?
Yeah,
did I read it right?
Yeah, I think you said it right. Yeah, appreciate that, right?
Manly characteristics of a woman for our absence.
And then Class said, if firm decision making were a genderless thing, women wouldn't be designed to follow. Gotcha. We read that one. Shout out to Rigid. What's good, Rigid in the building? He said, when women got brothers or tomboyish should be a study. They think different. I think because I'm not going to dive deep into these topics. When we get to the end, I really want to kind of bring it all home. With that being said, I really want you guys to really think about the characteristics that come with everybody's labels. Like I think that's the huge thing. I think Plug already he called it probably already, but like I think when we start to get labels, we feel that now we have to have these characteristics that go with those labels. So like you saying survival mode, I don't think it's what everybody probably hears it to be.
Yeah.
But also you now have brought this label and this characteristic onto yourself. So like you feel like because I'm independent, I'm in survival mode, which technically what I think it's Chris City Boy or whatever what his name said when he said it's just you being an adult. Like you just taking care of your responsibility. But I want you guys to really pay attention tonight because all of these labels come with characteristics. Everything that we're trying to do come with characteristics.
I like what I-90 West said, bro.
Yeah.
Right before you was about to make that, I was like, he said pressure was built for shoulders, not hips. So I think I think that women are compensating due to the absence of a good man or a leader.
I agree.
Okay. I started. I started. It's good. It's great. That's a great. We definitely talking about that tonight, y'all. Great one. Great one. I-90 West. Jennifer said, I went through it for 5 years and never felt like I was in survivor mode, possibly because it was by choice, maybe circumstantial. That sound like taking accountability so you didn't give yourself a label.
Okay. Yeah. I get what she's saying. But still bringing it back to having a man in that role. I get, thank you, Jen. We have to survive without we're in a life without protection, without covering. When a woman, when she does not have a man, essentially she doesn't have protection, she doesn't have covering, she doesn't have provision, she doesn't have that leadership, she doesn't have that head of her home. So that's where I'm getting survival mode in. I mean, yeah, we're being adults and we're making things happen, but that's where I'm pulling survival from because
that could be a mindset too, like the mindset that you in, saying that I'm holding it down, saying I'm in survival mode. So when he does come along, I'm willing to be what we're going to talk about
later on.
And then I also think I think we all got to a place, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, Rain. You didn't always feel that covering was an essential thing in your life.
No.
You see what I mean? So like
Not all the
now,
time, no.
yeah. So now that you understand it by being around certain spaces, certain men, you now put yourself into a role because you feel like, okay, I do need that covering. So yeah, this all makes sense. It all makes sense. It's gonna be great for your hotline tomorrow. Shout out to Rain hotline tomorrow. These are gonna be the type of conversations for sure. Class said, I can say I don't feel black today, but I'm still black, and it is what it is. Our emotions don't circumvent reality. Can you make that more dumbed down for me, Classic? For real, like, can you dumb that down for me? They might understand it, but I would like to understand it from like a very elementary level. Class said a single woman is factually in survival mode. Even if she makes $1 million, she's still surviving. All right, so classic with you.
Yeah.
Chris said no deal. Classic said a single woman is as safe as the nearest man she is. Man is sane. Okay. He said that's a damsel in distress character mentality. Cut the crap.
Cut the crap.
Okay. All right. Great conversation. Thank you.
Yeah.
Men lacking too, though. It goes both ways. Yeah.
What are y'all lacking, Chris?
He's saying that men are lacking accountability, probably. Men are lacking, like what I-90 said, like the absence of the man. That's also still our responsibility as well. He said, but perception is often perceived as reality. Yeah. He said, I can say I don't feel like I'm in survival mode. Doesn't mean you ain't. Appreciate it. Okay. He said a lot. Shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to y'all. Yeah, most definitely. Class said a single woman is a damsel in distress for sure, whether she knows it or not. Okay. So I think Classic and Chris are pretty much saying the same thing.
He just ain't dealing with no kids.
Yeah. Chris just pointed out the facts, and then Classic is following up that it can be that way. I-90 said when pride is removed, eyes are open on both people. We're gonna talk more about that tonight. What if we are all animals? And what's that word supposed to be? Darks?
No. I don't know what he meant on that. You gotta retype that, Rigid.
Yeah. So before we move on to the next topic, this is a great one, man. Good catch, Club. He said pressure was built for shoulders, not hips. So I think that women are compensating due to the absence of a good man / leader. I would like to push back a little bit. Are women really compensating for the absence, or they're not willing to take on the good men that are around now?
So I seen that smirk.
You would bypass what you need to keep searching for what you want.
And then also, just to be leaders, you don't have to date your leader. You can have a great male presence in your sight and you just fail to follow. Like, it's just like having a kid or a son, right? It's like having a son. You can have a man around him that's not his dad, but he can still show him all the things of how a man should move. I think it's the same way for a woman. Go ahead, Plug.
Man, hey, listen.
So all women should follow all men?
How did you get that?
It depends.
How did you get that from that?
I got an episode last night, Perspectives with Nunu, Banks and Nunu. Okay. That's our big brother. They ain't got no relations, none of that. That's our big brother. That's our dog. That's our partner. You know what I mean? And he tell her exactly how she should move. She go and she confides in him. She asks him questions and he consults her. You know what I mean? Like that's a dope, You know what I mean? I have two of those. I got two relationships like that where, you know, they look at for, you know, for advice and everything. So, you know, like that's a dynamic as well. You know what I mean? Like without having that actual relation.
Yeah, and I-90 West is definitely shooting in the right direction because, you know, and you know, if you do go the biblical way, men were given dominion, right? So the men were given authority over. But I think it all comes back to, just to kind of clarify your question, Rain. What I meant by that is, like I said, every woman has a good man somewhere in their vicinity, right? Like that, like, just say hypothetically, you get to talk to me, Plug, Classic, Ted, like you got men around you at all times.
Right.
If you fail to link on to any of that, that's your own fault. You
So
see what
that's
I
the
mean?
woman taking accountability, knowing that she has
Yeah,
good men
that's
in
why
her
when
area,
yes,
and
because
should lean towards seeking counsel from those men. And
yeah,
you don't necessarily have to be in a relationship with them. That's what
yes,
you're
yeah. Because
Yeah.
I think we because we always talk about the absence of men. Nobody's really absent of anyone. There's women everywhere. There's men everywhere. You just have to have good and healthy discernment. Like you have to know. Go ahead, Plug.
I want to ask a question, and this is to the men in the chat, and I want you to answer this question with one answer. With one answer.
I'm gonna tag that for you, Classic. Go ahead, Plug.
Thank you. Thank you. Do y'all think, because I know Classic covered this on his show, so what I'm gonna say, Classic, is don't answer. Don't answer, because you already covered this on your show. I'm gonna ask you this question, men, gentlemen in the chat. Do y'all really believe that every man who has, let's just say, a protege, I use that word, protege, and that protege happens to be of the other gender, do you feel like he can counsel that person without having an ulterior motive? Maturely. I'm asking maturely.
You want it from the chat?
I want it from the chat.
Okay.
The men.
So while we're waiting on the chat to answer that, some great stuff in here. I can go ahead. We can go ahead and discuss it while we're waiting. So Classic said a prominent non-family member, male present in a single woman's life is a husband deterrent. I strongly disagree. But I could understand why y'all would feel that way.
Yeah, I feel like y'all would feel that way.
Like I understand how you like.
I'm starting to getting said so much that I'm like, bro, that is not on an intellectual level, just on a maturity level. You know what I mean? Like that's a real like grown man question to ask that question and be like, if that's how you truly feel, because bro, like if that's the case, then bro, you are ultimately like the women, the women that are not in that mode, that's in that mindset, is saying that you objectify women and you can't see them any other way. They're correct. So that means there is no trust outside of the household. There is no trust whatsoever. How can you be in any relationship whatsoever where you can't say anything to an opposite sex and not be trusted?
Yeah, because I feel like, yeah, I have to disagree with that one. Because like, even if you take rain out of it, because I'm gonna read the next comment, but take rain out of it. I mean, you got to think about the women who are like secretaries and assistants to some of the most powerful men in the world that have families, they have husbands, they have kids, they have like I feel like I feel like sometimes, and this could be I ain't gonna say that because we're gonna stay on relationship.
They put that in like a movie. They put that in like a movie, but that is the most important person to this man. Because like she's handling all the day-to-day. She is the liaison. The liaison to the business, to the phone calls, to the conferences. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so this is what Richard was trying to say. He said, let's say we're animals and dark-skinned people tend to be more dominant and physical. That thinking explains a lot from the aggression, athleticism, creativity, and thinking. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying now. Okay.
I get you. Now I get you.
I get you, big
Richard.
dog. Classic said, not trying to use Rain as an example, but we are all in her way of finding her husband. If she gets serious with a man, I totally expect her to deal with and speak to us way less.
Of course, because now she has that provision. But to speak on it prior to that, it's like it's only going to end up in a sexual encounter. And it's like that's the only only lane that it can end up in. And I know you keep saying human nature.
But I also
saying that every man is a perv and every girl is a 304. That would it be sounding like, man.
But I also have to push back again, because it's almost like why do we feel Rain doesn't have balance now? What makes you think we're all talking to Rain a lot now? Because she's on the platform with us on 3 days a night, 3 days a week? Like, what communication makes it seem like Rain is always talking to us? Because again, it looks no different than like, unless Rain having secret conversations that nobody knows about. But my thing is like, Rain speaks to us about content, about business things. Like, we all are comprised in that. It almost goes back to like the businessman aspect that I mentioned, right? Mm-hmm. Rain is our administrative guru. Of course, she's going to talk to us a lot because she's making all the moves for us. I wouldn't expect her to have to speak to us less because she gets a husband. I would think the husband knows what lane she's already in. Now, if she has to, and she happy, hey, yeah, go be with your husband, and we'll find another Rain to get in there and do what we need to do, because I want you to be happy. Yeah, I always want you. I would never block you from being happy and having the man that you need. But in this current moment, I would say that I would feel that maybe she already has a healthy balance because she's only speaking to us out of necessity.
Yeah.
But I could be overthinking. I'm an overthinker. So he said, absolutely. He said a good, strong man talking to her on the regular is going to make potential suitors apprehensive, insecure suitors. Everyone's maturity is different. He said, if I'm liking a woman and she tells me it's a ninja she talked to daily, he gotta go or I'm not interested. Classic said, not even go, but scale down all the way back for sure.
He should, if he is the right mentor to that protege, that's exactly what he's going to do. He gonna take his hand up off of him. Take his hand up off of her off the top. Because now what she needs, she has. Just filling a void of information and confiding. That's just what it is. And I'm talking about, this is just day to day, this decision I was making. Man, I was finna go get this car, this, that, and the third. Man, let me see the car. Send me the car. All right, let me see it. No, that got way too many miles on it. How does that go? I don't get it, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't get that. I'm different. I guess I'm different, man, because I am oblivious to that, man.
Newsflash plug. Trust isn't real. It's a theory at best. Richard said, who is the protege, the male or the woman? Good question. N2D said, avoid contact with women that non-family use their opportunities or co-workers. Them secretaries be getting clapped. Some do. Some do, classic. Some do. Sonny said those relationships can become problematic. Male boss and secretary, women secretary.
What?
Human nature is 100 and no.
60 years old, man.
unless not
what if
used.
this woman is never mind, man. It's too many factors.
I-90 West said rain is.
They thinking movies and sitcoms, man. They thinking reality, man.
We're gonna be able to talk about it at the end. We're gonna be able to talk about it at the end. He said I-90 West said rain is doing rain. I'm this season of she's in this season of her life. This is her calling. Seasons come and go. Rain don't feel uncomfortable. You haven't given that energy. Thank you, Rigid. Thank you, Rigid. Thank you, Rigid. Maybe I should have went down the thing before we even. Thank you. Thank you. Wait, hold on, Rigid. Give me 1 second, Rigid. Give me one. Thank you, Rigid. I couldn't say it any better. You said it very simple, sweet, and class I always say small doses are very potent. That was very potent. Class said if I met a woman who deals with any man more often than I'm comfortable with, I'm not even going to proceed. I like that. I like that you gave your perspective there. That makes more sense. It's you have your own threshold, class. I get it.
Yeah,
I get it. It makes better sense instead of like the open-ended, like saying women shouldn't do this or do that, or that makes more sense. I get that. He said, that's just me. I'm just one person.
I know, with a lot of comments.
He said, no, not insecure. Wise. What's up, Kira? What's up, Kira? He said, men thinking like y'all getting cheated on as we speak. I'm not talking about right now.
I'm talking about right now.
Okay. Chanel said, I agree with I-90.
Savage, man. That boy's savage.
Mind Empowerment Journey said, pretty much the reason why AI has an existence is because the Me Too movement. I would never put myself in a position to get sued for my appetite for the flesh of a woman.
Wise man.
Tell Shannon that.
But you can look at that two different. We'll have that conversation next week.
Yeah.
And you know what was so crazy, that before those allegations that came out, you know, and I hate to bring it back up on the black man, but he was on talking about, if I get on the elevator and a woman get on the elevator with me, I'm getting off the elevator.
Yeah, like that's what hey guys, we're gonna talk about that next week, about appropriate boundaries and also delusion. Because I'm hearing a lot of men who sound like they can't control themselves, and they're putting their lack of self-control onto the perception of other men. That's what I'm hearing. So We'll talk about that next week, though. We'll talk about that next week. I think it's a delusion in like self-control. So everybody, boundaries and insecurities. Everybody, boundaries and insecurities are different. Class said, nah, I think it applies generally as well. Dang, class, I thought he said, don't get it twisted. 100.
I heard that in his voice.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. He's like, don't get it twisted.
Hey, Nay.
What's up, Thugger Nay? He said, y'all got a show, respectful, nobody aggressive, nobody interrupted, good stuff. Yeah, man.
Oh, definitely. It's around here. Make sure you subscribe. Since this is your first time being here, please go subscribe.
He been here before for sure.
Oh, he has. I had seen him. My brain ain't working good.
He said, lust is real. The Bible says, flee from lust. Easier said than done, but true.
Definitely.
Yes, sir. He said, you hearing wrong. Y'all just way too trusting. These chicks going, ninja. Don't get it hugged up. I know what you meant there. Cool. So we just entered the first room. We just opened the first door of tonight's breakdown. We opened the door of the independent lens. Now we're going to go into the submissive side, or the submissive views. We're going to hear a woman talking about submissiveness, and then we're going to do a little 5-minute stretch, and then we're going to get into that meat and potatoes, and we're going to have the link in the bottom so you can come up. Excuse me, man. So shout out to, is that how you say your name? Is it Erase or Eric Eric Edwards? Stumble across this, sounds like wholesome content. Appreciate you, brother, man. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, man. We make up 3/5 of the Raw Society Coalition, so make sure you hit that We actually have it pinned in the chat tonight too. So if you want to go follow the Raw, everybody with the Raw Society. He said it's a vibe tonight. I like this. Yeah. We like y'all, man. Y'all created this tonight. And shout out to Sonny for being the culprit of all this. Chanel said, I'm old. Let me get out this car. Been sitting here 30 minutes. Go ahead. We got a long one for you.
Driveway.
Mine Empower Journey said, I agree with Classic. I stay out of the way if I see a person, especially a man with a woman in the job place and they hang out like they're homies. They hop in the sack. I don't care what you say. Cool beans. Yes, sir. Thank you, Sonny. So we're going to get on to the submissive views here. So let's hear what this young lady has to say.
Babe, let me tell you something. So I don't feel like being submissive is something that has to be taught. I'm going to be honest. Sometimes it's just in a woman's nature. Just like being a nurturer, right? Every woman does not have to see another woman nurture somebody to know how to do it, right? Which means every woman doesn't have to see another woman be submissive to know how to do it. Understand what I'm saying? And women are submissive to the men that they feel have that man energy. And I know y'all like man energy. Baby, it's the energy, baby. I'm trying to tell you, it's a feeling. It's how he carries himself. It's how he walks. It's how he talks. It's how he's leading. It's the things that he's doing. It's that comfort of he's not going to lead you in the wrong direction. Understand what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So a woman being submissive to a man, it's really going to depend on how that woman sees that man. Real stuff. She's not going to be submissive just to anybody. She's not going to be submissive to somebody she doesn't feel protected around, or someone that she feels is going to lead her in the wrong direction, or, you know what I'm saying, somebody that she feels is soft. She's not. You heard it here first. Yeah. But let me tell you something. So I don't feel like being submissive is something that has to be taught. I'm going to be honest. Sometimes it's just in a woman's nature. Just like being a nurturer, right? Every woman does not have to see another woman nurture somebody to know how to do it, right? Which means every woman doesn't have to see another woman be submissive to know how to do it. Understand what I'm saying? And women are submissive to the men that they feel have that man energy. And I know y'all like man energy. Baby, it's the energy, baby. I'm trying to tell you, it's a feeling. It's how he carries himself. It's how he walks. It's how he talks. It's how he's leading. It's the things that he's doing. It's that comfort of he's not going to lead you in the wrong direction. Understand what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So a woman being submissive to a man, it's really going to depend on how that woman sees that man. Real stuff. She's not going to be submissive just to anybody. She's not going to be submissive to somebody she doesn't feel protected around, or someone that she feels is going to lead her in the wrong direction, or, you know what I'm saying, somebody that she feels is soft. She's not. You heard it here first. Yeah. But let me tell you something. So
you heard it here with I am Pretty P. If you guys want to follow any of her content, so I'm definitely ready to hear what Chris got to say. It did. Richard said makes a lot of sense. So right now we have two men that probably are looking at it a little bit different. Who would like to start? Would you plug? You want Rain to start so we don't change her viewpoint up? You can go ahead, Ray.
I'll go. She said, I'll go.
Look, so I ain't waiting.
just because that information didn't hit you, don't mean it didn't hit. Just because you are who you are, and that woman that you are giving that energy to, she didn't accept it, doesn't mean that the energy you're giving off ain't man energy. It just ain't the type of man energy for her.
Say that one more time for him, That's an Unc Jim right there.
Just because the energy that you're giving off to her isn't her type of man energy, doesn't mean that you're not giving off man energy. It's just not the man energy for her.
Go ahead, Ray.
She was very she the way her tone was
You know,
in your face. I don't want to say manly, but um a
she was
woman will be submissive to who leads her properly, who she feels that she can be soft and safe around, who she feels leads her, who she trusts in. Not every man can lead every woman, and not every woman can be submissive to every man.
That's all you got?
Yeah.
I'm just asking. That's all you got? Okay. I'm gonna save my. I wrote my notes. I'm gonna save mine for when we get into the interdependence. Again, I think it's
It'll
a
get
lot
deeper.
of
It'll
it's
get deeper in that.
it's a lot of wordplay for
Mhm.
people to.
She did. She
Kira said
did.
I literally said the same
She
thing as
did.
this young lady on the Queen's Code.
Yeah, we did talk about it on Queen's.
She did.
Kira, can you answer a question for me? Because we can't ask Pretty P from TikTok. I have two questions for you, Kira, and it might be a one answer, but how long does it take for you to become submissive, or do you come in submissive? Number two, Kira, from what I heard her on her verbiage, she said it's something you can see, something you can feel. So explain that for me. I want to hear it from a woman's point of view, because a lot of the things that she said it's her energy, right? So kind of what Plug said, let's say Plug came in with that type of energy day one. Do you fall to be submissive day one, or does he still have to play a game with you? Oh my God. Thank you, Kier. Thank you, Kier. You can say whatever you want from here on out. Kier, you answer something that I've been saying. So, and Kier, correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't want to speak for you. She said instantly. So, Kira, you come in submissive?
I have a question for Kira too.
Hold on, don't try to block my
I'm not trying to block your blessing.
Get out of my play. Get out of my play. Kira, so do you come? Because if that's a yes, Kira's been answering what I've been saying every night we've been on this thing. Chris says submissive don't mean shut up, do what I say, like you will do a pet. That's darn near slavery. Let's see here. Duggan says she agree with you as too, right, as well too. Classy said even when a woman find a man who can make her feel like submission is okay, she will still pick and choose when to. Thank you. This is what I'm trying to get answers. This is what I'm trying to get answers for right now. Classic. That's why I'm trying to speak to Kira, because she said sure. She answered. She said instantly. So now I'm trying to see, was Kira the type of woman that came in submissive because she felt the energy, so she came in submissive, or did that man have to earn that? Mind Empowerment Journey said you can tell a woman that knows how to submit has had a great father and respects him, and she will follow something similar in the man that she chooses. He said, LOL. He said, that's what I need, Chris. He said, let me get the slave vibe. Stupid boy. That boy stupid, but he's so serious, dog. I can see the grin on his face and everything.
Right now. And hear every single word that's coming out.
I'm telling you, I can hear
said
it.
stop. Okay, man. Kira, let us know your favorite meal, man, so we can get you a gift card in the mail. She said, yes, the dudes I knew I will walk all over didn't make it. Buddy showed up and it was organic and instantly. Thank you, Kira. And you're married, so that means a lot. So I just want to I'm gonna take all that into interdependence tonight. Okay. Yeah. But what question you had for Ray?
Since her view is coming in instantly being submissive, does she have any advice for single women who have lived the okay.
Thugger, they saying the
Yeah.
same thing too.
Yeah, if he's giving the energy right away, then it's easier, of course. Yeah. Kira, since you're married, and what kind of advice can you give an independent, a self-sufficient woman who has honestly never had the experience of a true covering, true leadership, true protection, true provision, to let down her guard and come in submissive? What kind of advice can you give her? Just to automatically be submissive to every man she meets and is interested in, or what is there something else that she could do to show her softness and her willingness to submit in relationships when dating?
And while she's answering you, Rain,
Mhm.
I want you to think about what she said, what Thugger said, right?
Mhm.
Because I noticed that women do something that you just did. Y'all overgeneralize the response to make it fit like it's impossible. They literally said if the
I'm
person
not saying
comes
it.
in,
Yeah.
okay.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry, because I was totally interrupting. So go ahead.
He said 100%. Let me. Okay, there you go. So we'll wait on Kira response. Yeah, he said 100% with Journey. Hopefully Kira free. I know she's a busy lady.
And it's something we can talk about when the lines open up too, with interdependence and all that. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna play a little music for y'all till a plug gets back in this thing, and while Kira is trying to answer. So let's see here, since we talking about love.
See that front door?
Everything fabric.
You see that front door?
Man, you came back so quickly, Kira. Hold on 1 second. Kira said, "I don't believe that every man is for." Thank you, Kira. That's what I was trying to get to, but I'll let you answer. She said, "I don't believe that every man is for us. The right one will show up in the ways you never thought, and it will happen organically."
Okay.
Yeah. What's good, Big Dog Ted in this thing on Facebook, getting them in this thing? He said the problem is women mess with too many different men. So how would they know what is right or wrong? What classic? Class that how you feel about that one? I think Classic probably would agree. I think Classic would probably agree on that one. Chris said it all depends on what your foundation is. Love the convo tonight, man. I-90 West says she's not the only one that can answer this. the advice would be yeah, he said the advice would be to have discernment and awareness, but most importantly, being open-minded, making a man of
it's the there you go.
I'm trying to see where is yeah, she's not the okay. Making a man in your presence pay for the mistakes of a man in your past. Gotcha.
He has to establish that by letting her know I ain't paying for nothing but it did. He used to, I don't care what he used to do. They ain't got nothing to do with me. He used to say, I don't care what he used to say.
Chris said if it's the Bible, she's supposed to submit because the man is allegedly closer to God and more rooted in the word. What's up, Tez? Welcome in. And I-90, yeah, we welcome everybody's responses. The only reason why I wanted Kira to answer it is because Rain gets a lot of men perceptions. So like to have women in the chat to be able to give her their viewpoint is why but yeah, we definitely love everybody's opinion, man. We love everybody's opinion. But she hears from the men so much. I like for her to be able to get that information from the woman. So that
did you get what you need though? Did you get what you need from those from them answers?
Yes and no. Plug.
It's okay, Plug. It's okay. We're gonna walk her through it. I-90 said there is no allegedly about that in the Bible. That's the fact. Cool, man. So
I hope that's the majority, not the majority. You know, like I'm being honest with you, Rain. Like I hope that how you're feeling with the yes and no, I hope that that's the minority and not the majority.
Yeah. Oh, of course. Yeah.
Because it's laid out pretty clear, like
It's
from a
laid out.
male and female perspective,
Oh, yeah.
to where it's like if there's still a bit of confusion,
No, it's no confusion. I know what needs to be done.
but what's the no?
What's the no?
Yeah, like what's the no?
The no is
Right there. That's what happened on the Queen Code. That right there. Be like, it's like you just want to disagree. Like you just want to find a loophole. Like when the truth comes, there's no loophole. It's no loophole. It is what it is.
You know what I think it is too, though, and I'm not trying to make excuse because it is an excuse. The problem is, I think a lot of women just pick so many bad men that now, even when they hear the right information, it doesn't matter anymore. You know what I mean? It's kind of like it's kind of like what Chris is saying right now, because I see what Chris is saying about no, sir, no, sir. Like, I90 is saying if it's the Bible, it's facts. Well, on Sunday service, we already talk about that. Just because everybody can have a belief system, but doesn't mean they believe the way you believe. So I think when we talk about the Bible for I-90 West, it might be 100% for you because you truly believe in the word that you're reading. But for other people, they might look at the Bible as in a different light. So, and I think that's what's happening with the women once they have so many bad men, as Ted was saying. And then Ted made it very simple here. He said, men are simple. Don't nag and be appreciative. And if your goods are good, you will get a good man eventually. It don't happen overnight.
Oh, you're right about that.
I-90 said, just be ready. The Bible says to find a wife has to find a good thing. So she just needs to be found, and she will be.
Yep.
Can I ask you a question, Rain?
Yeah.
When you hear because when you hear statements like this, right? Do these type of statements ever make you feel like, well, am I not a good thing? Because that's why I think it's so hard to sit on the Bible and the word, right? Like I understand what I-90 is saying, but at the same time, think about a woman trying to sit on that. Oh no, what Rain? Is she crying?
I'm here.
Never mind, Rain.
You know I'm foolish.
Don't worry about it. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it, Ray. We good. We good. Ray, you are ready to be. Hey, I-90, we can't even say it. I-90 was asking the same thing I was just saying. I-90, we thinking alike. But we'll let her breathe, I-90. We'll let her breathe, big dog. Chris said, as a man saying something is a fact, knowing it isn't, and have nerve to try to lead somebody else, and you blind yourself. I'm not dissing, I'm just saying. Chris, dog. Hey, Chris, big dog, where you from, dog? I love you. I love your perspective. I love your perspective. He said, right. Yeah. I-90 said, discernment versus emotion. Women live in their emotions. Thugger said, Rain, the right man will come and show you that protection right away. You will naturally submit. You will know. That's the problem, though. Hey, I love, man. Shout out to Chris, dog. Ted said, it's not one answer or solution. Everyone's situation is different. Do what's best for you. Some men you don't have to be submissive to. Do what's best for you. Very wise counsel, very wise advice. Mind Empowerment said, I follow the proverb daily wisdom, and the reason why I do, because I look at the Bible as a manual. The Bible is not a feel-good book. Okay. Y'all make sure y'all come to Sunday service. We don't see a lot of y'all on Sunday service. Come to Sunday service and have this discussion with myself, PK Plug, and Deacon Classic.
That's your topic.
They be at the tabernacle.
Yeah, they don't come over to our worship service. They go to the tabernacle. And we feeding that good meat. Pause. No pun intended. I-90 said to find a wife suggests when you find her, she's already a wife.
I agree with that. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Chanel said, laughing out loud souls talking about yeah, we don't yeah. I don't like all that. Thug and they said, don't do her like that. What you mean?
Y'all did her like that.
Yeah, y'all the ones who we just asked the question off the chat. Like Plug with the call, Thomas. Yeah. He said shout out to Indiana. Shout out to Indiana, man.
Yeah.
Naptown. He said, N2D said that wine is getting emotional.
That wine down is getting emotional.
Yeah. Class said people need to share hard truths. That's what I like. That. Thank you, Class. Hard truths and make it normal. Once the emotions fade, the course of action will be clear because we are officially attacking reality. Thank you, Class. Thank you, Class. That's what we try to do up here. Chris said, I respect everybody though, even if I don't agree with. Yeah, big facts. Agree to disagree. He said, bring some. He said, I'm gonna bring some people Sunday. Yeah, come on. Word. You'll love Sunday service. Hey, best church service in the world. We global. We international.
Word.
Pause. So good meat is crazy. Oh man, shout out to everybody, man. That was our second topic. Submissive views. We're gonna roll into our little 5-minute stretch. Let Rain get back in her right mind, in her right area. We're going to be right back, guys. When we come back, we will be dropping the link to talk about Interdependent. So if you would like to come up, we will be dropping the link. But everybody just stand by. Make sure you get yourself something to drink, and we will be right back and enjoy the great music and vibes of the one and only B-Class.
Yeah, my verse the hook. Yeah. My verse the hook. They said I couldn't do it where they was wrong. I let them know it's a different garment. Let them know it's a different fabric. No pesto, a different sauce. When it comes from my lips, it's a different gloss. Yeah, I'm polished, the bar solid. Long journey, I'm built for mileage. Fontaine when it come to trotting. The easy way is to go and support me. The hard way, trying to stop me. I'm coming both. You can't crop me. I'm too fly. You can't crop me. My hair long, but I ain't locking. Shorty bad, but she can't lock me. I met too many that said they got me. My heart broken. Damn, they got me. Tables turned on my hashtag. You a free agent and you mad. Summertime you be teed up, in the wintertime you be sad. Realize you shouldn't have let me go, so when I come up you talk mad trash. You was always a class act. Just admit that you was wrong about me. Thought I would lose, felt strong about it. Winning now, you no longer around me. Circus over, we don't do no clown. I wouldn't do it, but they was wrong. Let them know it's a different garment. Let them know it's a different fabric. No pesto, a different sauce. When it come from my lips, it's a different talk. When you backing it up, it's a different walk. When you making changes, it's a mark. When I talk about drive, it's the grind. When you talk about drive, it's a car. I fight for mine like I got a plan. You fight for yours like you didn't spar. Must be my exit where I'm getting off. Is it me or y'all getting soft? I'm confused, a little lost. Wanna book me, it's gonna cost. No discounts, nothing off. You got me bent, must be crazy. My DJ, sky high, baby, pull up. Raw papers blazing. Riding in spaceships, feeling amazing. Everything classic, nothing basic. Independent, doing everything major. I get dressed to impress on a daily. That's my way of adjusting the haters. You see me? You was big wrong. Now that you gone, I'm strong. Yeah. And I got a bad chick watching Love Jones and need a long thong. Friday night, I'm doing sold out shows. You home alone with your slow songs. When you pass on one like me, life don't go on. They said I couldn't do it where they was wrong. Let them know I'm a different garment. Let them know it's a different fabric. No pesto, a different sauce. All of that hate, a bad habit. Running up my mathematics. Fake love, I can't have it. If I don't know you, then I ain't dapping. It ain't real if it ain't clapping. If I wasn't there, then it ain't happening. If I'm absent, it ain't crap. Yeah, my verse the hook. Yeah. My verse the hook. They said I couldn't do it where they was wrong. I let them know it's a different garment. Let them know it's a different fabric. No pesto, a different sauce. When it comes from my lips, it's a different gloss. Yeah, I'm polished, the bar solid. Long journey, I'm built for mileage. Fontaine when it come to trotting. The easy way is to go and support me. The hard way, trying to stop me. I'm coming both. You can't crop me, I'm too fly. You can't crop me. My hair long, but I ain't locking. Shorty bad, but she can't lock me. I met too many that said they got me. My heart broken. Damn, they got me. Tables turn, I'm a hashtag. You a free agent and you mad. Summertime, you be teed up. In the wintertime, you be sad. Realize you shouldn't have let me go, so when I come up, you talk mad trash. You was always a class act. You was always a class act. Just admit that you was wrong about me. Thought I would lose, felt strong about it. Winning now, you no longer around me. Circus over, we don't do no clown. I wouldn't do it, but they was wrong. Let them know it's a different garment. Let them know it's a different fabric. No pesto, a different sauce. When it come from my lips, it's a different talk. When you backing it up, it's a different walk. When you making changes, it's a mark. When I talk about drive, it's the grind. When you talk about drive, it's a car. I fight for mine like I got a plan. You fight for yours like you didn't spar. Must be my exit where I'm getting off. Is it me or y'all getting soft? I'm confused, a little lost. Wanna book me, it's gonna cost. No discounts, nothing off. You got me bent, must be crazy. My DJ sky high, baby, pull up. Raw papers blazing, riding in spaceships, feeling amazing. Everything classic, nothing basic. Independent, doing everything major. I get dressed to impress on a daily. That's my way of addressing the haters. You see me? You was big wrong. Now that you gone, I'm strong. And I got a bad chick watching Love Jones and need a long thong. Friday night, I'm doing sold out shows. You home alone with your slow songs. When you pass on one like me, life don't go on. They said I couldn't do it, well they was wrong. Let them know I'm a different garment. Let them know it's a different fabric. No pesto, a different sauce. All of that hate, a bad habit. Running up my mathematics. Fake love, I can't have it. If I don't know you, then I ain't dapping. It ain't real if it ain't clapping. If I wasn't there, then it ain't happening. If I'm absent, it ain't crap. Yeah, my verse the hook. My verse the hook. They said I couldn't do it, well they was wrong. I let them know it's a different garment. Let them know it's a different fabric. No pesto, a different sauce. When it come from my lips, it's a different gloss. Yeah, I'm polished, the bar solid. Long journey, I'm built for mileage. Fontaine when it come to try me. The easy way is to go and support me. The hard way, trying to stop me. Don't come in bulk, you can't crop me. I'm too fly, you can't crop me. My hair long, but I ain't locking. Shorty bad, but she can't lock me. I met too many that said they got me. My heart broken, damn they got me. Tables turn, I'm a hashtag. You a free agent and you mad. Summertime, you be teed up. In the wintertime, you be sad. Realize you shouldn't have let me go, so when I come up, you talk mad trash. You was always a class act. You was always a class act. Just admit that you was wrong about me. Thought I would lose, felt strong about it. Winning now, you no longer around me. Circus over, we don't do no clown. I wouldn't do it, but they was wrong. Let them know it's a different garment. Let them know it's a different fabric. No pesto, a different sauce. When it come from my lips, it's a different talk. When you backing it up, it's a different walk. When you making changes, it's a mark. When I talk about drive, it's the grind. When you talk about drive, it's a car. I fight for mine like I got a plan. You fight for yours like you didn't spar. Must be my exit where I'm getting off. Is it me or y'all getting soft? I'm confused, a little lost. Wanna book me, it's gonna cost. No discounts, nothing off. You got me bent, must be crazy. My DJ sky high, baby, pull up. Raw papers blazing, riding in spaceships, feeling amazing. Everything classic, nothing basic. Independent, doing everything major. I get dressed to impress on a daily. That's my way of addressing the haters. You see me? You was big wrong. Now that you gone, I'm strong. And I got a bad chick watching Love Jones and need a long thong. Friday night, I'm doing sold out shows. You home alone with your slow songs. When you pass on.
Welcome back, man. Appreciate everybody who has tuned in. We'll appreciate you. Rain will be right back. She is doing well. If y'all need an update from the No Middleman Council, she is doing well. She is Hydration Nation, and she will be right back in that thing. Hey, Ted said, yeah. So we have a couple questions in the chat before we get on to our last topic tonight. Let me go ahead and read some of these. Kira said, I'm curious to know, I-90, you're married? This will help me understand something. I love it.
I read this before we went on break.
Yeah, Ted said, let me stop being nice. Let's be honest. A lot of women are not that fine or beautiful like they think they are. And it's your fault. It's our fault because we just want to smash. So we are going to say whatever it is going to get what we want. So be mindful, ladies. It's your booty, not nothing else, because men are visual, not all that emotional stuff. Chanel says, Sunday on here, my best day of the week. I'm more of a listener doing these topics. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Sunday service, whereas, yeah, we got the best. Classic said he'll be there for exactly one Sunday. I can already tell. Hey, you a fool, Classic. Classic, you a fool. Hey, Classic, we still take the donations. We would still have the collection plate going around, sir. We love those visitors. Into Deep says, smile, Rain. Focus on your purpose until twin flame will come and stop looking.
As long as I got my peeps, I'm great.
So I-90 West said, this is the first time in my life I actually want to be married. Oh, wow. I may be a late bloomer, but I believe I'm ready now. I'm embracing this season. So to answer your question, Kira, he's not, but he is in the season and he's ready to be married. Man, shout out to you, big dog. That's big to say as a man, for real. That's a big thing to say, man. So shout out to you, I-90. So we're finna move on to the last portion of tonight's show. Again, our corporate was Sunny. So shout out to Sunny. This is our open panel discussion, interdependence, and more.
Send your brother the link.
He said, I got 5 minutes I'm on, so I can say something. Okay, I got you, Ted. I'm gonna put it in the chat, Ted. You just gotta click it. Prenup or not? Hey, that'll be another talk for another day. Another talk. We appreciate y'all, man. We got about 4 different shows already in here. So Ted, the link for StreamYard is in the description. You probably gonna have to download StreamYard if you don't have it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into the first video that's gonna open up our video from last night. Thugger Nation, I'm ready for Love is Blind topic. We have a lot to talk about. Okay, thank you, Thugger Nation.
Yeah.
We ain't get no feedback, but me and Rain ready. We ready for it. We already got it set up and everything. So we'll definitely have that for you. So we're gonna start off with the interdependent discussion with this video by this gentleman named Willie Nard or Lenard, however you say his name. So we're gonna watch.
They got the game messed up, right? I feel like we done been through so much trauma that we champion this independence and how we was able to accomplish all this stuff on our own. But the real strength is in interdependence. The real strength is in teamwork. If I'm not good at something, and if I can have a partner that's good at it, and we work together as a unit, we strong. This is how you build legacy, you know? You can do it on your own, but you have somebody beside you that's striving for the same goal. There's no weakness in that. There's nothing wrong with having somebody that's on your team that's going toward the same goal. I feel like we got the game messed up, right? I feel like we done been through so much trauma that we champion this independence and how we was able to accomplish all this stuff on our own. But the real strength is in interdependence. The real strength is in teamwork. If I'm not good at something, and if I can have a partner that's good at it, and we work together as a unit, we strong. This is how you build legacy. You know, you can do it on your own, but you have somebody beside you that's striving for the same goal. There's no weakness in that. There's nothing wrong with having somebody that's on your team that's going toward the same goal. I feel like.
So that's that video right there. And we're going to move on to what makes the show move. This is No Middleman from last night. We started a great discussion about interdependent. And we went into it talking about the definition, and we were talking about some other things there. So we're going to play it. Anybody is welcome to come up. We do have the link. I think my brother's trying to download the StreamYard app. He said, y'all don't do all that stuff. Chris said, watch this. Ask Rain to name 2 players besides Jordan from the Bulls. Balance is important. Being equally yoked unlocks a whole new vibe. We go catch some of our old content, I-90 West. We broke down the equal yoke and everything from a biblical standpoint and a lifestyle standpoint. Kira said, yes, I love what this brother is saying. This is the energy we should be on. He said, my dog I-90 evolved into wanting a bad contract, unsolicited advice, prenup, brother. I'm rooting for you, dog. So we're gonna play the link is in the chat for those who want to come up. We're gonna try to keep this segment right here to about 40 minutes no more than an hour just to respect everybody's time. But we're going to play it right here. We're going to speed it up a little bit. Again, Plug or Rain, if y'all need me to stop anywhere, let me know. But we're going to also allow people to come up so they can speak on the interdependence.
She ain't got to say no with a mouthful.
And then Sonny said, remember what that lady said in the video from the Queen's Code, a woman has to rise to the occasion.
Mm-hmm.
Kira, I don't know if you missed the question that I asked. I asked you and Sonny the same thing. How do y'all feel about this? Do y'all feel like time has to be, well, I won't even say y'all feel. Are y'all okay if you're dating a successful man losing the time that most women would need? I think so, yeah. She said, when a successful man is on his purpose, chooses a woman, she has to understand he's not going to be available often. He will make the time for the right woman. That's almost like a contradiction.
Yeah.
You just, yeah, like, because you just said when a successful man is on his purpose and chooses a woman, he has to understand. So you're telling her at that moment, she has to understand that he's not going to be available often. But then you're trying to put it back on him to say that a man will make time for the right woman.
If he's intentional about being with her,
Y'all, all you finna do is add to the ammo. Go ahead. Keep on.
if he's intentional about being with her while he's on his purpose, he needs to be intentional about his time as well.
So you don't understand that he's not going to be available often because you're giving,
no, I do understand that.
But y'all are saying you understand something, but giving him almost an ultimatum to. Because you listen to what you're saying. And Sonny, would you like to start here? We can start wherever you like as well. So you're the corporate of all this thing. So I would love to hear your viewpoints. We appreciate you a lot. We really do.
Mm-hmm.
Hey y'all, hey.
Hey, welcome up.
Uncle Plug. I've been wanting to say that for like ever. This is my first time being on the pub with him, but thank you all for having me up.
Always.
Oh God, I forgot what you said. Sorry, I got excited a little bit and then I forgot what you said.
You want me to play it until we get to the interdependence part?
Yeah, you can.
Like what is being written. He will make time for the right woman. So you're going to feel like you're not the right woman when you initially told him you understand that he doesn't have time?
No.
So you're not agreeing with Sonny?
I'm not in agreement with that part. With he will make time for the woman that he wants. I'm in agreement with a man who is intentional about dating that woman. He's gonna make time for her somewhere.
In the beginning, Kira said he on his way. He trying to get there.
Kira don't count. Kira don't count. We can't count Kira.
And then when the first thing he see when he hit the door is monkey in the air. You know what I'm saying? We finna spend some time. You know what I'm saying? Chocolate drop. We finna go spend some time. Chocolate drop. You feel me? Yeah.
We have to be interdependent. I would have to be busy myself with hobby. We're gonna have to have a whole topic about that word.
Interdependent.
I would love to.
What's the definition of that word?
I don't even want. I'll bring it for y'all.
I'm gonna look that up.
At the end of the day,
I always say like you got to be as codependent as you are independent.
At the end of the day, communication is everything.
Hold on one second, right? No, you don't count because Kira, you different. Like you in a different stratosphere. So we got to take the 1% out of this. But you do count now. You count. You know, you count. You count.
Like you try to separate.
Yeah, we gotta separate. Let's see here. So I'm gonna read what interdependent means, right? So interdependent means mutually reliant. Two or more people, systems, or factors depend on each other for support, function, or success. I need you and you need me is the core idea. Let me read that one more time.
One more time. I wish you'd put it up on the screen.
I wanted to say this because I thought it would be a great show to have with, but I'll put it up here for y'all. Because I heard that word.
Honey, you're coming to the front of the congregation peanut gallery.
I heard this used multiple times on the Queen's Code, and I'm big about like how people are using words.
There you go. You did it right. I have to say that. But you are.
So like interdependent means mutually reliant. So first of all, it's hard to be interdependent if y'all both aren't aligned. But it also says two or more people, systems, or factors depend on each other to support, function, or success. It says the core idea, I need you, you need me. I think the core idea is where interdependent can get a little shaky. Let me read the core idea one more time. I know y'all can see it, but it says, I need you and you need me.
And it's also,
go
but
ahead.
let's go down to the next one. Say in different contexts, relationships. A healthy relationship is often interdependent
Because
Both
they have the
individuals-
core idea.
Yeah.
So can we say that interdependent relationships are often based off the 50-50 scale?
I feel that interdependent is probably why we don't have a lot of marriages. So I'm gonna stop there. We got money in the chat, but then I also want us to be able to have an open dialogue about this conversation. I think it's gonna be a great conversation tonight. We got money in the chat, and y'all know what money means on this side of the river. So let's get it.
Are you making another beat, Daddy? And Genius is my dad.
Classic.
Oh, we talk about money?
Get money. Let's talk about it.
My money look different now. When I talk about 50,
Used to be $50.
I'm talking about 50,000. Gotta move a little different.
Yeah.
My maneuvers is in and out. Ain't tryna get spotted.
At all.
Too introvert to be in the crowd.
Real life.
I'm low key at the coach store buying plain Janes, no logos. When you spend as much time on the boat as I do, you ain't really got a showboat. I got my own brand, wear my own clothes. You would swear to God I got it out of Soho. I had a baddie, made me think about a ring, but I seen with the ring did the Frodo. I be in New York, thought I meant wifey. Clown ate the food off my fork. Annie a pig. Classes are vegan. No, I ain't pulling no pork. Play with my heart, not with my pockets. I doubled the score. Do you watch Fox?
National TV.
That was the start of much more. Envy me. I make my enemies wish that we had a rapport. You thought I wouldn't be nothing. It's a little different when I got the keys to the door.
Shout out to Classic for the beat, the music, and the money. Appreciate your beat, Class. Classic said the time that a provider man makes for his woman will never be enough. The time a 50-50 man spends will always be too much. Choose a headache and bill. Shout out to Classic. Shout out to Classic. Kira said, I kind of disagree. Chris, you hit it spot on before even watching the video, big dog. Need is the key word. So we are here now. We have made it. We have the lovely Miss Sunny here, who continues to bring us great conversations. So I would love to hear your perspective, ma'am, and then we all are kind of just bounce off of each other tonight and create a conversation here.
Okay. So I guess my question would be is why does interdependency seem problematic, or does it seem problematic? I guess that's the question I want to ask.
Y'all want to answer first, or y'all want me to go first? Okay. You muted, I think, but I couldn't hear you. I think it has the ability to become problematic. And that's what I wanted to talk about a little bit more tonight, because when we brought up that definition last night, the word need is a very strong word. Okay. And eventually somebody that's inside of that supportive team that needs the other person, eventually one person is going to move a little bit higher than the other, which is now going to cause the other person to become more codependent, right? Because at some point we're going to move in separate directions, not in a negative way, but like if Sunny and Souls are both successful people and they're dating and then they're interdependent on each other, saying that they both need each other, right? We come in, we purchase a home together, we doing things for the kids together, but now Souls is now a YouTube creator and he is now spending more time creating content. The money's flowing in. Now he becomes pretty much the sole provider so that you can do what you need to do. At some point, you're going to become very codependent upon that man. Even though y'all start off. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. No. Even though we started off.
I think you can start interdependent, but eventually, if people are trying to get someone to a common goal, eventually that person is going to move forward. Like that person is going to grow, right? That person's not going to stay stagnant the whole time. Like the example I can use for myself was when I was married, right? I got married at 18 years old. I went into the Air Force right at 18. At first, at 18 years old, we needed each other, right? We got a new baby on the way. We both trying to get life going, but I start to create myself a career. She is just a mother getting 9-to-5 jobs. We're moving every 2 years. We done stayed in 4 or 5 different states. She's never developing any type of true friendship or consistency. But right, we both still need each other, because you made a great point last night about my mom was parenting, right? So we needed each other to be the parent. But as she's parenting and providing my need, I'm growing, and I'm growing farther away from her, but she's becoming more codependent of me, right? Because I'm the most consistent thing in the household. Regardless where we move, my career moves with me. It didn't matter how many years. So we initially came into it interdependent, but eventually the person that blossoms, the other person somehow is going to become more codependent, because now you're pushing this person's vision. You see what I mean? Like, unless that person is moving in the same, and it's just my opinion, I could be completely wrong, but this is just my perception of it. Now, if that person, if we both was in the military, it might be a little different, right? Because we both have careers and things of that nature. But in that situation or that scenario, I was going to college, graduating college, I was getting promoted, making rank, doing all these things. But she's only can do so much, because her role has to be what initially made us interdependent. But now she's codependent upon me, because I'm the consistency. Did that make any sense? Anybody?
It makes sense to me. However, I think to say she's codependent because you're doing essentially what you were supposed to do. I mean, I'm just trying to understand, because it's like when I hear what I'm hearing you saying is that you're a man on a purpose. You're in the military. You're going to school. These things are required of you. Here is a woman you have now married. She has your children. There's a responsibility that she has to your household and those children or child. I don't know how many children y'all had. If you had one or more.
Just two.
Just two. So when you say a thing like, well, she now becomes codependent on me. Yeah, I mean, you're the provider. I don't know how else to look at that. Does that mean would she be considered more dependent on you than you on her? Possibly, yes. Can that dynamic change as it goes on? Yes. But you all need each other, right? There's a dependency on you for her, because she's there to manage your household and take care of your children. And then there's the need of you to continue to provide for that household so that she can be a presence in that household for those children, instead of adding an additional cost to go out and to be, I don't even want to say interdependent, because to me that's not interdependency, to go out and do her thing, right? So when I think interdependency, that's exactly what I think. There's a need that's being given from both the man and the woman. It looks very differently. It doesn't feel very equally, but that's the point of interdependency, right? And even with her being there in that household and doing the things that, as your wife and as the mother of those children, that she was purposed to do. I mean, I hate to say it like this, but it was kind of like her job. Her codependency, to me, that gets a little bit deeper, and that starts to come to a emotional thing, because when I've read about codependency, that starts a whole nother conversation. So I don't look at interdependency as that, right? Yes, and I think about it the same thing as if you're on a football team, and I'm about the girls playing football, guys, please don't come for me. But if you're the quarterback and I'm a tight end, right? And you're calling the plays, are we not interdependent? Can you go out and function and do your job independent of the rest of the 12 men on the team? Can you, as the QB, go out and run the play without the rest of the team?
No, and I won't push back until you finish your full thought.
So if you as a quarterback are the leader of this team, but you still can't do what you need to do unless your team is rocking with you, unless when you call the plays, you call the audibles, your team needs to go and get in their position, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But if your team is codependent on you, not only calling the play, but running the play, doing everything else, then the dynamic of that team dynamic shifts, it changes, right? Because there's more of a need for you to be there because they need you to be there to run and do the things that they need to. In an interdependent relationship, they respect you as the QB and they know you're going to call the plays and they're going to run it according to what you do. And then that's going to get you yardage, get you a touchdown, and then y'all going to regroup and come together. That's how I look at interdependency.
Yeah, sounds. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
So, because I also look at it like this: what happens when you couldn't do, right? Because when you say she's codependent, so that means when I hear that she's codependent, I hear, okay, well, if Souls couldn't work, right? He was shut down for a week, then she's going to be in this very spastic state because she is not going to know what to do because she's created this level of codependency on you going to do your thing, other than her being in the state of, look, I got to take care of my man and I got to manage this house in its totality until I get him back to health so he can go back to work. I think personally that the definition is being a bit muddled and it's being leaning more towards a dependent or independent type of purview and not a thing where we're working as a collective. There's still a head of the household. You're still the quarterback. Your position is not changing. It's just that I understand if my quarterback is injured, I might have to call plays. I might have to call the audible. What's wrong? That's the point that I'm trying to make. So,
and I would agree with your analogy if you didn't use football, because no. I just want because like we have to streamline the conversation, right? We're taking a 11 man game when marriage is only 2 people. So if you can, okay, go ahead.
But to me, that's a moot point. That's a moot point. The team is the team, whether it's 11 or 2. Right?
Okay.
And then if you include your children, it's still the same. The principle is the same, right? The principle is the same. I am there to support my man and be there for him, as the woman said in the video on the Queen's Code. I'm there to rise to the occasion as needed, not all the time, as needed. I have to understand what that looks like. That's why I say there's a level of interdependency that comes with that. Now, if my man is gone handling business and he's not present for X amount of days, am I going to call him every day and ask him everything I need to do in that household while he's gone? Or is there a level of understanding that he knows that I understand that when he's not there, he checks in, he makes sure everything's okay. But in the interim, I am functioning without him being there because I understand the dynamic of our relationship. When he's here, he is, right? And when he's away, I understand when he's away, what he's doing is to support and to provide and to upkeep our home. So yes, that's to me an interdependent relationship. It doesn't mean I fall apart. It doesn't mean I can't find anything to do. It doesn't mean I sit by the phone and wait for him to call me. I got kids to take care of. I read a book. I find a hobby. I go eat at a new restaurant. I do these things while he is handling the business, and I keep myself accordingly. So I don't know.
Okay.
That's how I look at it. I don't look at it any differently. So
what y'all got, plug? I can't give my pushback because you don't see the difference in the sports analogy. So I won't like beat a dead horse. What do you got?
No, plug? I would like to hear that why the sports analogy didn't work. But
it just doesn't work because a quarterback needs so many different elements as the quarterback, right? Like when you're thinking about a husband and a wife, right? When you think about someone, like if you take my scenario in consideration, as I become more successful, I don't, like you keep using I don't need her, right? Because I do it now. I'm a single father now. Like I don't need her. Like me building the career, the success, the money, the everything that I built, I can still do without her. That's why I was saying like it's hard for me to like look at the quarterback situation because that's 11 different people on the field all trying to work together as one. But when you think about two people working in a relationship, as that person starts to move forward and become more independent, because that's what's happening as I'm growing, I am becoming more independent, right? Even though she's meeting a need initially, when I became independent and more successful in my own right, I now can do all the things without her. I can still purchase a home. I can pick up the kids. I do it now. Like everything that you're saying I needed her for in this situation, I don't really need her for, because I proved that I didn't need her for that. You see what I mean? So
you're saying that you don't need her to help you with your children.
No, like I can be, there's you, like, just like you're a single mother. We can make life work being single parents. Like you don't need that person. And that's why I was saying, I feel like as I was becoming more successful and moving in my own direction, she did become codependent. Because even when you think about the breakdown of codependency, one of the core breakdowns is a caretaker role, right? That's really what a mother becomes when she's at home taking care of the kids and the father's out doing everything else. So that person does become more codependent. My finances is what's keeping the roof above the head. I understand those are the things that I'm supposed to do, but I'm looking at it from a wider scope of like, no, I can move forward without that person and not need them. Because we have to remember the core of interdependency. It's about the need of two things. I don't need that because there's a million single fathers, there's a million single mothers out there.
It's not that we don't need it, but you're going to do what you have to do when you're in that situation. My situation is not that I didn't need their father. It's just that if he wasn't there, who's going to do it? There's a difference.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Blue.
So if I'm going to land here, if he was there, I wouldn't have needed to do the things that I did in the way that I had to do to take care of my household. I could have had somebody there to help me, with the bills. I could have had somebody there to provide for me so that I didn't even have to worry about that. I could have focused on my children. I could have focused on myself more. I think we look at needs as very differently. And when you say you don't need anybody, I think if you don't need anybody, then why date? Why get married? Why do any of that? Because if you can function and do the things by yourself, then okay, then be by yourself. That to me, to say you don't need someone when we're literally built for companionship, to me just sounds like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. But I land.
Go ahead, Pop.
What say the word one more again? Interdependency. That's exactly what a relationship is. That's exactly what it is. Bottom line. Like from last night, when what was said and then the definition, it didn't line up. But in the description or the example that you gave, interdependency is definitely that. Even if you are growing and pursuing your career and doing what you're doing, somebody got to hold his fort down. Even if you can do it by yourself, if you are together, someone has to hold the fort down, and that is an interdependency.
And I feel like if you felt like you evolved, I'm sorry.
And that's something that you don't have to worry about why you're pursuing. And that's what that person is. And it doesn't, I wouldn't say necessarily makes them codependent. It makes them a vital piece. It makes them an important piece. When you don't have to worry about that, even in in anything. Like if I am pursuing what I'm doing and someone is holding my house down and I don't have to think about my house, that's an important piece. You know, it's just like dropping my car off to a mechanic and knowing that I can leave, go to work, and then when I get off, my car is going to be fixed. Like that's something that's off of my mind to where I don't have to think about that. And that's a vital piece. That's an important piece on the chessboard. So that interdependency is that's exactly what a relationship should be. You know what I mean? That's exactly what it should be. Because if you don't have to think about if the bills are getting paid, you can focus more on my household and you can focus more on my children. You know what I mean? While I'm handling my business. And now it feeds both sides. Both sides feed each other and they need each other. Not that it can't be done in a singular capacity, but at the same time together it's greater. It's greater. It's greater. It's got to be. It definitely is.
What you got, Rain?
I got a question for you, Soul. So because you said need, okay. If the woman you were with at the time was contributing to your purpose and your day-to-day, or playing a vital role in your purpose and helping you, contributing to making your dreams come true or your whatever your heart desires, if she's playing that vital role, would you not say that you didn't need her? If she was that missing piece to you becoming more successful?
She'd had nothing to do with my success. Because even when we separated, I still had a whole nother 12 years to do, retire. Like my success was still built even with, I understand what y'all are saying. I'm not going to push back because y'all making this,
No.
I don't want to make it just about me, but
no, I was speaking generally. Like if a woman was contributing to your success, like actively contributing to it.
I think we have to also look what I don't want to move the goalposts. So we also have to look at where either we're going to discuss the importance of the words, or we're just going to discuss the importance of what we feel we're built for. That's what I'm trying to get an understanding. Because if we only or care about we built for companionship, we're a relationship, a woman making this easier for you. If we're only focusing on that, you guys are completely right. But when I look more at the verbiage that we're using.
No, I totally see.
That's what I focus on. Like I think when we first were 18 years old, as I mentioned at the beginning, we needed each other, right? Because it almost goes back to the word you were using, right? We both were in survival mode. We were trying to
now with what you're about to say, take the kid out. No, with what you was about to say, take the kids out. Now, make your point. Now, without any kids, solely you two in a relationship together, no children, then yes, 1,000. You're right. You know what I mean? Like get 1,000. Be like, I don't need you to pay these bills. I don't need you to clean this house. I don't need you to wash these clothes. I don't need you to help me in my career at all. But you add those elements into it, whether you're talking about the children, now that whole dynamic changes. You know what I mean? Because yes, she can go and have the kids, and yes, you can have the kids and that and the third. But once we take the children out, now solely based on, like, let's just take two individuals. Because when you was getting to your story, and we're talking about the children being involved, it's like now that changes the whole dynamic. You know what I'm talking about? Because if you have to leave, go pick up kids, drop kids off at here, you know what I'm saying, feed them, take them here, over there. Now that changes the whole dynamic. But when what you're saying in retrospect, what in the aspect of the word, the definition, correct. You don't. There's no need. That person does become codependent as you grow. You know what I mean? Because they have nothing, they have no motion. So they are. So you're right. But in her aspect, segueing off of your story, she's correct, because it can happen, but it makes it so much easier when you do have that partner that can hold it down while you're doing what you're doing, which makes that interdependency, you know what I'm saying, even greater.
I understand Soul's point about need, the need part. I understood that, but I was bringing in a nuance saying, hey, if she's helping you, if she's actively contributing to your purpose, to your vision, to your dream, and is playing a vital role in your success, then is that differently? Is that different?
Go ahead, son.
So you're saying you want to stick to the
No,
definition of the
I agree.
word. No.
I agree with both of you. I'm okay with agreeing to disagree. I see both sides for sure. Just like Plug
So right. So here is the definition that I have, the definition that I received. It says, interdependent says, I'm whole on my own and I choose to connect, support, and grow with you. It's mutual support, not one-sided. Both people give and receive emotional, mental, or practical support. Example, you both show up for each other during stressful times. So I think from my understanding from that perspective, that's why I said that. Like, it's not to diminish what you said or diminish the definition that you have, but I think I look at it from a different, just from that live perspective, it makes sense to me to be interdependent within your relationship, right? So, yeah.
Would you, Kira, you got anything, ma'am?
Yes, I was just being a little patient. That's all. Hey, y'all.
Hey, ma'am.
Kira.
What's going on? I think it the words was just being a little semantic-y. I think when you look at the root definition or the main definition of the word need, no one needs anybody. We have everything we need to live and survive, day to day within ourselves. But interdependency is so important in a relationship, because if it wasn't important, then it's no need to even be in a relationship. I can do things on my own, but I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't, it's just certain things in a relationship I don't want to do. And I'm pretty sure he feels the same way. And it's okay to feel that way. And then, that's why I bring certain things to the relationship and he brings certain things to relate to the relationship. And we make this thing called life easier for each other,
Do you ladies feel that? Do you ladies feel that interdependence only exists in relationships? Like, do you guys feel that? Because you can find a man can still find a woman outside of a relationship that can do the same things that we're saying a wife or a girlfriend can do, right? Like a male can still go find. So does interdependence only go in a relationship, or do y'all feel like that's any relationship, friendship, anything of that nature?
For me, it's any relationship.
I would think it's any relationship.
Yeah, as I get older, I realize, like, if I'm not benefiting from a relationship, if a relationship, a friendship, uh, whether it's somebody I work with, if I don't benefit from that relationship, it's no point. It's like, what is the point? It's just, it's no point. Like, it could be something as simple as like conversation, you know what I mean? If I'm not benefiting from, if the conversations that I'm having with said person doesn't serve me, then what is the point? Like, what are we doing here? Yeah.
I just to bring it here, like, say me and Soul, we cool. That's my dog. But in actuality, we don't need nothing from each other. You know what I'm saying? So it's genuine. You know what I mean? Like, there's no need here. You know what I mean? But we are here to support and motivate. But he doesn't need my support and motivation, because he's gonna get this done anyway. I'm gonna get it done anyway. You know what I mean? But the friendship still is important. You know what I mean? You got somebody you still going through life with. You know what I'm saying? You got somebody who, got a shoulder and you got a shoulder as well. So, I mean, I understand your point. Well, if I ain't building from it and I ain't getting that from it, ain't really, it's still you got somebody. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of lonely folks out here. If you take away your entire, just take away the family and it's just you. You know what I mean? We're looking at it and we're speaking about it through the lens of our lives when we're having this general discussion. And like if you strip everything away, the family, the significant others, and put it just on you and that individual, you still have somebody, regardless. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people that don't have anybody. We're fortunate to have family and loved ones and a significant others or whatever the case may be. But to have someone, like I could say in that dynamic, I'm looking at it from like saying that he has no one, I have no one, but I have him, he has me. You know what I mean? But we don't need anything from each other but support and motivation. But we don't need the support and motivation. So it's just a genuine interaction amongst, two humans.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead, Kara. No, because I'll talk.
I'm trying to break it down for you guys the way he's seeing the
you don't have to speak for me, Plug. You straight. Like I see it from Sonny's side. I see it from everybody's viewpoint. That's why I said we all can agree to disagree. And like Kira said, it's semantics. You know what I mean? I just feel like sometimes we get very. I feel like sometimes that's why the world doesn't really rotate the way we want to rotate it, because everybody keeps putting their own man-made thought process on words that mean something. So I think that's the only reason why I think that way, because like when we come into like when I did therapy sessions, right? Like words were very important when somebody said something to me. Mm-hmm. Like when I'm diagnosing you, it could be one word that could change you from being hospitalized to saying that you're safe. But I understand that that's just deeper thought process. I'm not pushing back at all. I think this is a great conversation. Like literally, I'm really taking it in and listening. I think it's a great conversation. Classic made some great points too. Like the word need can be used in so many, kind of like the Maslow hierarchy of needs, right? Like we can see needs in so many different ways. So I respect everybody's opinion for sure.
Yeah, I think it's so many nuances to life that we kind of like the word has to be kind of like interchangeable for different scenarios. But as far as like where I am, and this is just me speaking from a personal standpoint, I am at the point in my life where I don't necessarily just want people around me just to have people around me. Like I am very intentional about the people that I interact with, very intentional about the people who I communicate with, because people carry energy and it's sometimes it could be very heavy, sometimes it could just be people carry things that I don't necessarily want to be around or be associated with or to have an exchange with. So that's why I'm saying, like, whenever I don't know. If I'm not being served by the person who I am exchanging with, then my cutoff game is real quick. Yeah.
What purpose are you? Why are you in my life? What purpose are you serving me?
Yeah, I mean, it could vary. It could definitely vary. I mean, like even with just the conversations that I get from you all, like I look forward to hearing what you guys have to say, because I am learning, I am understanding how different people from different perspectives of life live, and I am able to see things from, different lenses. This is something that I'm also dealing with too, like, being in a certain area for so long in your life, you kind of like get stuck with the same people, and like you don't really get to experience life outside of what you see. So when I come onto you guys shows, I mean, I got two people from Texas, somebody from Georgia, somebody from Chicago. I'm able to hear perspectives, good perspectives from all over. So even these little exchanges serve me. But there's people that I know, I'm just like, you got to get the heck away from me. Like, because you're not serving me. And so I think, as we get or as I get older, I'm being a lot more aware of the energy that I keep around me, because everybody don't serve you. A lot of people are very depleting. And I'll land there.
Are y'all okay with chiming in? Tristan wanted y'all to us all to review his go over his question. He said, why does relationship need to serve you? So whoever like to start can.
It needs to serve everyone. It doesn't just need to serve one person. If you look at relationships as thinking that I'm only here to serve myself, then you're missing the whole point. Going back to what Souls was saying earlier, the definition of the word relationships, it is to relate to other people. So if you're only there to serve yourself, then the other person that you're relating to is not going to be fulfilled, and what are they doing there, right? So it needs to serve both people. There needs to be something that is gotten out of from both people. And everything is about reciprocity. There's a give and take in everything. If one person is just continuously pouring into the other, then that person is going to deplete themselves. But if there's equal give and take, then it creates a balance within that relationship, and that they both feel fulfilled and they both feel served.
I agree for sure.
Go ahead, Bugs, Salt Rain. Y'all act like y'all. Hey, the floor.
Oh no, I'm letting them chop. I'm listening. We got the ladies up here tonight. I'm
Why would you have somebody around you in your life that is just taking up air? So everybody that we run across, everybody that's in our circle, has some sort of giving. You just like Sonny said, you're pouring into, like, Souls gives me a different view on things. Plugs give me a different view on things. I get a different view from Mama. I get a different view from the best friend. They serve they all have a purpose, or they're giving me something. Something is being, given between each other. So it's
right.
People that you aren't exchanging any kind of ideas with, energies, whatever it may be. You're not pouring into each other. They're just taking up space around you. So why would you have them in your space? They're just there.
I'm different. I'm different. Like, no one holds me back. No one pushes me forward. No one stops anything in. No one gets anything going. You know what I mean? Like, I'm still an individual. My circumference, I don't say circle, my circumference, because it has volume, is that they're there for everyone has a reason, even if it's no reason. You know what I mean? Like, they are there, they are filling a spot, a void, whatever void that void may be, they're holding it. I chose this person. It's different from when you have family. You just born into these people. You just, what's up, dog? What's up, brother? What's up, sister? You know what I'm saying? These are the people that you chose. You know what I mean? Like, we chose, and I'm cool with it. Whatever purpose you serve is cool. I'm cool with it. No one stops anything. No one pushes anything. Everything it just is what it is.
I think
okay. And I think it's important too to understand, Rain, when you meet people, sometimes you're not meeting them. Here's where I get into my spiritual bag a little bit. And I'll say, you don't meet people by accident. I think everything is intentional and purpose. And whether that person came into your life for a moment or for a lifetime, they're there to teach you something, right? It may not be what, you're like, well, what are they here for? They're just useless. And that's not true. There's a usefulness to even uselessness stuff. Okay. So I think we have to look at it a bit more. Like I said, I'm gotten into my spiritual bag a little bit, but everybody serves a purpose in your life. That person might just be there to teach you to be stronger, to be more vocal. I mean, that's like saying, well, what did the RSC come in? They don't give me nothing. Yeah, you did. You may not think you did, but you gave me something that you may not even understand you're giving me. And I have now inspired others to do and given them something. So sometimes that person might just be the drop in the pond in your life in order for you to go out and share to spread the thing. So
y'all feel that, so Sonny, you feel that way in every relationship?
Yes.
Okay.
I can see her point from where she's coming from. Like, that person could be around you for 2 years and not say nothing. And then one day say the most prolific thing that shifts your life into a whole nother direction.
So to kind of stay on the topic, so do y'all not fear diving into interdependence with people that y'all feel that are already temporarily supposed to be in your life? Or they're there for a season? This is just a deeper conversation. Like, I really want to hear that, because like, because I know I-90 said it's biblical. I understand. I definitely understand Sonny's side of it being spiritual. But I wonder, like, if that's the case, do we enter into relationships with the interdependent mindset? Since we know some people, you see what I mean? Because you could be given so much to someone who definitely wasn't meaning good by you.
I can honestly say, like, two people can come together, and in a past relationship, she could felt like she was low value, nothing. And he could have been dealing with trust issues, and she taught him how to trust again. And he could have showed her that she had value, but it wasn't meant for the long haul. It wasn't meant for the long haul. They weren't meant to be that. He was supposed to build her up. She was supposed to build him up, and then they could go their separate ways.
So are you saying interdependence can be temporary, short term?
It can be temporary. It could be temporary. It could be temporary. I could come from California. You could come from Maine. We can meet up and put a light pole up in Mr. George's yard because he's about to fall on his house. We can build it up, build a structure, build a friendship. Hey, bro, I hit you up on the gram. Shoot back to the crib. We ain't never got to speak again, but be like, man, I remember this one time, man, I met this cool dude from, you know what I'm saying, from New York, man. He came and helped me put the pole up in Mr. George's yard. Man, that was a cool dude, man. Part of each other.
And I think this is, oh, go ahead, Plug. I'm sorry.
It's like the movie Crash. I was just thinking about the movie Crash, how everything was just connected. You know what I'm saying? How everybody was connected in some sort of way like that.
Is that the Jason Statham movie?
I think it is, Sonny. I think it is.
No, Terrence Howard, Lorenz Tate,
Jason Statham went in there.
That white, no, Jason Statham went in there.
Oh, okay.
I think I'm thinking of a different movie.
Ludacris was in it. Ludacris and Lorenz Tate. Remember they robbed Terrence Howard of his car and all that. But
okay, yeah, it's a different movie. It's a different movie.
The same cop that was filling up his wife happened to be the cop that had to save the woman when she was the same wife that was in the car. He had to pull out. She didn't want him to get him because he was racist and he felt the upper. That movie Crash. You never seen that?
I don't think so. I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I seen that when she was underneath it. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, Raw Reels. Hey, Bambino, Raw Reels.
Shout out to Classic before we let
wherever you at. Me, I just point to the board, telling your stories at the barbershop, talking about how we used to be. We talking about money.
He said, literally, everybody is right, no cap. With you can go ahead, Sonny, man.
What I was gonna say is that I think I understand it from the perspective that I'm not going to engage every relationship the same, right? What I need from what I need from my spouse is not what I need from my children. And I hate to say need, but I'm just trying to draw like a kind of a definitive line in a sense. But those needs are going to be different for each of those relationships. So yes, in certain relationships, there will be interdependency, and others there will be independency, right? So like if I'm at work, and I'm in this management position, I understand that I have to create an environment of interdependency for those people on my team, right? I need to give them the resources and all of that stuff that they need to function independent of me as we're going through, the workday. Same thing in my home life. I have to give, the people in my home the things that they need so that they can function independent of me throughout the day, right? Doesn't mean they don't need me or whatever the case may be. But I know if I go to the grocery store, these are very short-lived relationships. I'm going to be functioning independently of everybody in that store. There's still a relational connection. I'm getting a little deep here. There's still a relational connection even with those people in that moment. However, I understand that they don't need me to the same capacity as those people who are in my immediate collective or circle or circumference. I hope that makes sense.
Oh yeah, everything you cooking. So the next question I want to ask you guys, because it goes back into the relationships, and it adds to the more section on the bottom of the screen. Do you guys feel that interdependence is one of the reasons why we don't have a lot of marriages, though? Because we talked about this last night. Do y'all feel that people feeling like interdependence is something that is required to make a healthy relationship? Because I heard that a lot in like all the videos I looked at. Everybody kept trying to say that interdependence means that you're in a healthy relationship. Do you guys feel like that's why we don't have a lot of marriages? Because it goes back to kind of what Plug said earlier, right? He's independent, like he can do these things. I feel the same way for myself. So do y'all feel like that's why our marriage rate is low?
No, I don't believe that. I think that just as well as interdependency is important in a marriage, I think that people also need to be individuals, and I think that they need to not lose their sense of personal identity. I think it's important and healthy to have both. Um this kind of goes back to the comment that I wanted to address that Classic has said earlier. He said, the time that a provider makes for his woman will never be enough. The time that a time a 50-50 man spends will always be too much. Choose a headache and build. So I I I believe that women who find or take issue with the amount of time that her man spends at home just doesn't have enough stuff to do productive on her own. And I think it's also important for women to identify when a man is overworking and say, hey, maybe you might need a little bit of a break. Let's take a break so that you can kind of regroup and then you can go back to hitting the pavement. I think that is also healthy. But I think a woman who doesn't have anything going for herself will take issue in a man being a provider. I think one of the strongest things that women can do is pick up a craft. I know this sounds crazy, but something that doesn't necessarily take you away from the house, but it keeps you busy. And then it also can uh, create a revenue stream for the house. One of the things that I picked up was making soap, and it has created a space for me to keep myself busy when everything in the house is done and not necessarily worry about what he's doing. And when he's home, I'm able to separate myself from what I'm doing and focus on him. But I'm not calling, hey, where you at? What you doing? Like, what time you come home? I'm not doing all that. You know what I mean? So I think it's important for both to kind of be able to operate as the individual, but also be interdependent. And I'll land there.
Kira, can you repeat the part you said about if the woman doesn't have hobbies and the man becomes like the sole provider, she can do what you said?
she'll find herself just being too consumed about him being busy, like too busy for her. He's too busy for her because she doesn't have anything productive to do. And that's just my opinion. You know what I mean? I could be wrong. My sometimes you guys don't take value in what I got to say, you know.
We love you. Come on now.
Yes,
Come on. We
no,
love
no,
what you got to say,
that's not true.
Because I
No, I'm just
Listen,
messing
I'm
with you.
trying
I'm
to-
just
You took that little Kira don't count comment a little deep, did you?
No, no, no.
You took that a
No,
little
it's
deep,
all
did
no, no,
you? You
no.
ain't
It's
mean it like that,
listen, I'm a very lighthearted person. I don't take anything personal. I get it. You know what I mean? I understand. I get
I
it.
hope
But no, I really think that women who take issue with man working and doing what he gotta do as a provider just don't have enough stuff to do. You
Can
know,
I ask you a
she gotta
question,
find
Kira?
something with the and
Because before you finish, so like to stay where the woman that doesn't have much to do, she starts to overconsume herself with her mate who becomes the sole provider, right? So at that point, do you feel like that person becomes codependent instead of interdependent?
Oh, for sure. For
Okay.
sure. Yeah, and codependency, like, she needs her man to regulate her emotions at all times, to regulate her thoughts at all times, to regulate, what she's doing or where she's going at all times. I don't got listen. I I I I love my man to death. But I gotta work on what I gotta work on and the things that I gotta work on to make sure that our house runs smoothly and then also keep myself busy. And he gotta work on what he gotta work on. And then whenever it's time for us to come together, that's when the magic happens. You know what I mean? That's why whenever, even with the comment that I said yesterday, when after a 12-hour shift, buddy, the gas is on the floor. The pedal is on the floor trying to get home. You know what I mean? Because it's peace there. I'm not nagging him about what time you coming home, what time well, you work too much. I know I see what he's doing and he sees what I'm doing. So and my biggest thing to a lot of women is make yourself an asset. Like don't make yourself a liability. Like men don't they don't require too much, but the things that they do require is major. So and I'll name
And
there.
did
Talk
the
that
ladies
talk, Kira.
agree? Hold up, but did the ladies agree with the examples I was trying to give y'all last night about what I'm talking about? Y'all know what
What
I'm
you talking
talking
about,
about?
Bud?
Did you miss that? Did you miss that, Sonny?
What was it? To
prior.
refresh my memory.
It was prior to. I'm talking about like let him see something. Never mind. Never mind.
I don't disagree
Never
with
mind.
that, Plug. I think that's all encompassing, right? I think that's all encompassing. So
All that.
when you do you drop it to the floor? Yeah, Plug, I get it. Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
Drop it to the floor. I was like just a bar stool or something.
It just but no, I agree with Kira, and I think we touched on this on the first Queen's Code actually when I said it's important for women in a relationship to keep their individuality, right? It doesn't that doesn't take away from your relationship, but to keep your individuality because it is easy to get lost in being a wife and being a mom and being all these other things. And then when the dynamic shifts abruptly or changes abruptly, you're left with literally an identity crisis. I have watched it happen in people in all walks of my life. It shifts the dynamic, especially for women, not for men so much. Not saying it doesn't, but I have seen where it is more of a jarring reaction for women to kind of sit with themselves and go, now I have no idea who I am and what I want to become or what to do, because this marriage of 5 years or 30 years or whatever was my everything. So I completely and wholly agree with Kara when you say interdependence doesn't mean you have to be latched on to the man coattail. It just means that you need to be, Kira said it, I'm not going to restate it, but Kira said it best. And I also would like to add on to what Kira said, and always remember that an idle mind is the devil's playground. So,
Yes, it is. Okay. On all
so when
levels.
so when you sit there and you ain't got nothing to do, you're gonna find something to do, and it may not be the best thing, especially if you don't have you like discipline or anything like that compounds that. But when you're sitting in a space and you have nothing to do and you've made somebody the point of your attention and they're not there, the idle mind is the devil's playground.
We got money.
Money.
Let's talk about it. My money look different now. When I talk about 50, used to be $50. I'm talking about 50,000. Gotta move a little different. My maneuvers is in and out. Ain't trying to get spotted. Too introvert to be in the crowd. What we talking about money? Let's talk about. What we talking about cars? What we talking about women?
Perfect song, because Real Talk is asking us tonight what we talking about. So we are actually talking about. We started off talking about being independent from a male and female perspective. Then we moved over to submissive from a woman's perspective, and now we landed here from a conversation last night by the lovely Miss Sunny, who brings nothing but great conversations for us. We're talking about interdependence, and just talking about how that work in relationships and throughout relationships and the importance of it and things of that nature. So that's what we're talking about tonight. But shout out to Real Talk, Shaded Reality. Thank you for the 20 ball, ma'am. It is greatly appreciated. Thank you. If you have anything to add, we do have the link in the chat. So if you would like to come up, we got about another 10 more minutes. So we appreciate everybody. She said, got it. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you again. Thank you. That's shmoney. Tristan said, but that's where your education as a woman can help the family. I said that on a different show. Your self-development is not just about you. You can how can your self-development help your husband?
Agreed.
I think Kira covered that.
Yeah.
In a little nutshell.
So do y'all have anything else, Miss Sunny, Kira, that y'all would like to bring to the conversation? We don't have to stick just on this. I know we talked about a lot the other night. So is there anything else that you guys would like to discuss? These are very, very good discussions. I love these discussions.
I actually wanted to touch on when you all were talking about, when Rain was mentioning about survival mode, and she was saying, like, as a woman managing a household by herself, that feels more like survival than it does, anything. I don't want to misquote you, Rain, but I kind of wanted to touch on that. I think people need to understand that they're just things that, regardless of how we try to get away from it, nature has determined a thing to be, and we cannot get away from what nature has determined a woman to be and what nature has determined a man to be. Women were not by nature designed to manage, lead, or however you want to, say it. Were not designed or built to run, pay for, and take care of kids alone. That is why it takes the both of us to make a baby, right? It takes a man and a woman to make a baby. Women are just not built that way. So when a woman has to take herself out of that nurturing position and then put herself in the role of the provider, she is going to negate that. Some of those nurturing responsibilities have to be negated because we have to function in the role of provider as well. So when you have to function as the provider, then come home and be the nurturer and all these other things that come along with it, you're functioning in survival because you're functioning out of what nature intended us to do. Nature intended us to nurture our children and our husbands, not run a household and do that and. So I just kind of wanted to speak on that. It is out of our nature to be, functioning in the capacity of a provider and a nurturer in a household. So,
Sonic, do you think a woman can still have to enter survivor mode even in an interdependent relationship?
then it's not interdependent. If she's entering into survival mode, she's not interdependent.
So what do you think makes a woman kick into survivor mode?
When she feels that her household is in jeopardy, if somebody comes in and all of a sudden I'm getting a notice in the mail saying my light's about to get cut off. I mean, wasn't that his job? I mean, if you're indecisive, I can tell you from personal experience, when I was dating, I had a guy who literally debated with me for a full 24-hour via text over just where to take me for dinner. And I was just like, if it has taken you 24 hours, and I just said, pick something. I made it the easiest way. Pick something. McDonald's, Starbucks, Dairy Queen. I don't care. Just pick something. And he is that indecisive. I am going to step away from that, because that means, in my mind, at that time, he's not going to be able to do the things that he needs to do to take care of my home if he's debating with me about where to take me for a date. And I know that might seem crazy, but to me that spoke volumes. As a woman who's had to do it, and you just can't pick a date, you can't just say, let's go here and we'll work it out. Like, to me, that's just not it. A woman has to, like the young lady said about I took notes, that's what I'm looking at, about the young lady stated about the submissiveness. A man's presence is going to tell you a lot. If he's sitting here negotiating terms and agreement over dinner, I mean, what happens when we got to pay a bill? He going to be like, well, you ain't got a 20 on it? Like, no, I ain't got it. So,
this is a great conversation, Sonny. This is a great conversation. So, because it kind of goes back to what I was telling Rain earlier. Do y'all not feel like that's overgeneralization? Like, do you not feel that you're taking an isolated incident and then now you're being very trivial about how you perceive that could domino into all those things? What if this man had a history of trying to put his best foot forward? The women never liked it, so now he just wants to know really where Sonny wants to eat. Like, he really just wants an answer from you. Like, I know you're saying it's hard for him to make a decision, but what made it hard for you to just give him a location? Because that, to me, that would almost be okay.
Well, I did. And then you have to understand, when I was dating,
yes, ma'am,
other men came with the date. They came with the location. They came with the time. It was born like boom, 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 right? So I've experienced both. I don't look at this one guy as being the standard. I think that for me, when you're asking, and I think this happens a lot with women who head households, there's a level of very directness that she needs to see from that man initially, because she needs to understand that he's going to come in and take something off of her plate. If he coming in and he not taking nothing off her plate, then what is he there for? And I'm not talking about financial. I'm not talking about any of that. I'm talking about a thing. If you went and got Rain keys, he had access to her keys, or were like, hey, I'm gonna go take your car, fill it up and put some gas in it. Rain gonna be like, oh, here, take these keys. She's not gonna reject that. That's one less thing she has to do. Hey, I ordered some groceries. I just went and picked them up for you. And here's, whatever, right? It's the things that we do in our day-to-day. What is he taking off of my plate to allow me to kind of function in more of this space where I can just focus on myself and my child and him? If he's not going to be there to do that, then why am I going to come out of my state for a promise, a hope, and a dream?
Yes,
why would I do that?
And just to let everybody know, the reason why I ask these open-ended questions is just because of what Miss Sunny said, right? Like, this is content, right? So a lot of people run with the first thing that people are saying, right? So if I don't ask clarifying questions, everybody who watches this will say, well, why is Sonny judging this man off of this one? But us getting background is what makes these conversations even broader and even better. Because like now we understand that she's not, because a lot of times all this clickbait and things that people talk about, it's because they're not getting the full side of it. You know what I mean? So that's the only reason why I ask these questions. It's not really for my benefit, but it's just more from the broad spectrum of when everybody watches this, they'll be able to say, oh, okay, she didn't just use this isolated incident, because initially that's what it sounds like, especially for men, right? We quick to judge what a woman is saying because we're not asking any other clarifying questions. So I just wanted to provide that. I never want you to feel like I'm pushing back on you. I'm literally just asking like open-ended questions so that when people listen to this, it makes more sense for them as well.
I do have a question though for Sunny.
Yes, ma'am.
So I I totally understand how you feel about the whole like date thing, but if like whenever that situation happened, did you like voice that you need for him to be a little bit more direct and like in that situation?
Yes.
Like did you
I was just
okay.
I said to him, I'm not picky. I like food. If you pick anywhere from, literally, I said, we can go to McDonald's. We can go to Chili's. I literally listed out restaurants, and he was like, so where do you want to go? I was like, you know what? If this is where we are, then this is sets the tone and tenor for our relationship. Then we're just going to be at this impasse every time a decision needs to be made. And it comes off as argumentative, it comes off as indecisiveness, and it comes off as like, for me, that's how it looked, right? It could have been something completely different, but when I initially meet someone, there are just things I'm going to look for that I'm saying, if I accept this now, I am probably going to continue to have this issue throughout the rest of my relationship. So that's kind of how I looked at it.
Okay. But my second question is, like you had mentioned the gas situation. Like if a man, like what happens if a man doesn't offer to put gas in your car? Would you ever ask?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I have like hey, do you mind? I got an errand to run. Do you mind going and putting gas in the car? I understand that some things I'm going to have to state.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, Sonny, you see what we're saying? Like I see where Kira's coming from, because I'm actually, because I would push back on your other, when you gave the scenario that I gave him these restaurants, but then he asked you where you wanted to go, you still wouldn't give him an answer. Like that to me as a man, I'm like, okay, because he's trying to put his best foot forward. I hear what you're saying. I'm just trying to get the whole picture of like, why was it hard for you to say, you know what, we can go to Chili's then? Like, why was it hard for you to do that at that moment? I'm sure you can do it now, but like, I think that's kind of what Kira is going with.
It wasn't.
Like,
it wasn't.
I think
it wasn't.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry. No, go ahead.
It wasn't hard for me to do it at the moment, right? I gave him this, right? I told him where I would like to go. I made it very easy. And I was like, hey, he gave me his location. I was like, okay, well, this is kind of a middle point. Let's just meet here. And it was like, are you sure? And it's like, okay, you're asking me where I want to go. I'm giving you options. And then I'm like, okay, here is a midpoint that makes it easier for both of us to meet. And you're still, you know, at this point of you can't make a decision, then I'm like, okay, I have to ask myself, I'm just getting to know you. And if this is just getting to know you, if this is 24 hours of knowing you, and we're still at this point, what is the next 3, 6 months, or a year going to look like? That's how I look at it. I don't take a moment. I don't take a moment and say, oh, I'm just going to keep giving him chance after chance after chance. I'm kind of like, once you show me who you are, I'm going to believe you. So, and I-90 said, I don't seem agreeable. Okay. I mean, okay. I mean,
At
Sure.
that
No,
moment,
I
at
don't.
that
I
moment,
that
he wasn't displaying the confidence that you needed in his leadership that
To
you
me, he
desired.
wasn't. No,
Yeah.
Yeah.
no.
No,
I had
I
Sonny,
understand.
oh, sorry.
I understand what she's saying. I definitely understand what you're saying, but I think that in a relationship, I think a lot like you deal with a lot of like heavy things like within a
Hmm.
marriage or within a relationship. But I think the
Hmm.
core of like healthy relationship is very light. Like everything doesn't always have to be so like heavy. Like throughout my
Yes.
day, I am laughing like 90% of my day. I think people probably think I'm
Hmm.
crazy, but that's just like life is heavy. Yes, we're dealing with heavy
Hmm.
things, but I think especially in a relationship, if this is going to be long term, everything shouldn't be like it shouldn't be that serious all the time about everything. And so I
Right.
think that I get what you're saying about, wanting a man to be a little bit more forward, a little bit more certain, but we gotta loosen up a little bit. And I love you, Sunny girl.
I'm no. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. So here again. Here's my spiritual bag again. I have a sixth sense about certain things, and I just know I have learned from my experiences and from people that I've seen around me that there's just when you see a thing, don't and it gives you pause, don't question it. Just move on from it, right? He just wasn't my person. I don't think he was a bad guy, but he his confidence didn't seem where it needed to be in that relationship with me. Like when people's perfect example, you know, I'm in a leadership position in the things that I do in my day to day. I'm in the business of business. There are times I'm not going to give you an opportunity to sit here and waste my time. You're either going to make this decision, sign this contract, or do these things, or we're moving on. I don't have that opportunity, right? If my day is consumed with trying to figure out and manage people, places, and things, and you're going to come in and now I have to manage you too, it's not going to work. If that makes sense, it's just not. I'm not saying I'm disagreeable. I'm not saying that I won't. I just have a very short tolerance for people who go into this thing of well, I don't know. She said McDonald's, but then she said Chick-fil-A. Like if he didn't understand exactly what I wanted, then ask clarifying questions. Like when Soul said, well, let's get clarifying questions. Let's ask these things to clarify, opening the questions to get more clarity on what it is she likes, what it is she needs. Maybe he should have took more time in that, right? So I just know that there's a level of confidence that the people that I've had to deal with have to have a level of confidence because I've been told I'm intimidating and I'm all of these things. And I'm like, I'm probably the most mushiest person you'll meet, but okay. So, you
And
know.
son, and Sonny, I think we have a lot of things. We have a lot of similarities. With that being, no, I do. I'm serious. Like we got a lot of similarities, but Plug is a perfect example. So
Mhm.
to avoid the situation that you were in with him, I think you
Mhm.
need to lead with more transparency instead of trying to play the game of figure it out or your sixth sense. Like, for example, Plug, when me and Plug became friends, the first thing I told Plug is, I'm a horrible friend. Do not accept. No, no, no. Listen to me. I told him I'm a horrible friend. Do not expect the things out of me that you're going to do for me. I told him that from the go. I said, because I got to be around Plug. I got to see how he truly treat his friends. But I wanted him to know that's not where I am and that's not my strong suit. He still took me on as a friend. And I feel like if
Right.
you start to lead into your relationships or your dating that way, you might have already missed your person. Because if you think about it, if you just take a step back and just be like, hey, Plug, I know you said you want to go on this first. I'm Sunny at this moment, not Norris, not Soul. So if I'm Sunny telling Plug like, "Hey, Plug, we plan this date. I want to let you know up front that I need you to pick the location and I need you to be very direct with what you want to do. I do not do well with people. Yeah. Like, because I think it's almost like, because you kind of said the same thing just a few minutes ago on your last explanation, because you said he should have asked more clarifying questions, but it's kind of hard when you're texting, you know what I mean? So I think if you can kind of just let them know in the future, whoever it may be, like, hey, I'm Sonny, and I'm telling you right now, throughout my life, I lead all day. I need a man. I think if more women lead in with what they need from a man, and that man doesn't set that standard, then it makes more sense. We want people off the street, because he has trauma too. He got past bad relationships too. So he could be treating Sonny the way that the other lady told him that she didn't like. He probably made a lot of decisions in the past, and that lady felt he was controlling, or he was a narcissist. So now he's like, hey, I'm just trying to meet you halfway where you want to go with. Like, I try to see both sides of it. And that's why I tell people very quickly my flaws, because I want you to be able to handle that.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, souls, if I ever had that deal with that, I'm finding the most expensive restaurant in the city. That's where I want to go. You want to ask me? That's what I'm gonna do. But I don't like doing that. But I'm joking. But
hey, pick wherever you want. Pick whatever you want.
But I'm like, if you're gonna give me the option, I'm like, you know what? I haven't had a great steak in a long time. Let me go on and figure out where this restaurant is. But no, I've worked on that over. Listen at you. I know, but I also knew a lot in a lot of my relationships. My communication, as much as I like to talk, I sometimes get very quiet in relationships because I become very observant. I'm telling all my business, but I come very observant, and a lot of times it gets taken as I'm kind of indifferent, or I'm aloof, because I don't react the way a lot of people expect me. So I can kind of understand what you're saying with like your friendships. When I meet new people, I always tell people I have the best heart, but I'm a horrible communicator. I don't text all the time. I don't call all the time, or whatever the case may be, especially with the type of work that I do. I can literally be on the phone all the time. And it's just like, huh?
What you be doing?
Right now, it seems like I'm the group counselor for the people that I'm managing, and one of my clients that I work with. It seems like I'm just managing a bunch of these people. However, I mean, and it can be exhausting. It's just my heart is always in the right place, and I have a love-hate relationship with people. So there are moments I love being around people, and lots of moments I hate being around people. But that's just because the world, I think I have a very unique perspective of the world. And I think when you are I'm gonna use one of these terms I don't like using, but when you kind of woke to seeing things from a different lived perspective, and you are willing to look at it, it's harder for you to build those connections with people, because people, as you kind of brought kind of at the top of this conversation, people can be extremely narrowed in their perspective, right? Cornbread is only cornbread. It can't be cake. It can't be anything else. It's only this, right? So I think a lot of times when you see the world in a broader scope, and it's not such a narrow perspective, it makes it hard for you to make connections with people, because people now have to understand I'm not going to say the thing that you want me to say to be in agreement with you, right? I might be the friend that tells you, no, I probably am going to be the friend that's going to tell you, no, that ain't it.
Yep.
That ain't it.
Yep.
And if you ask me, I'm like, are you sure I'm the one you want to ask about this? Because I'm going to tell you, whether you want to hear it or not. And I always say, if I'm giving you my honest perspective of a thing, understand that I like you. I have a level of respect for you. And, if I don't tell you, if I be like, if you like it, I love it, we're probably not cool. So, but
I
that's
feel
just
you.
my little
I feel
perspective.
you, son. I feel you, Sonny. It's a lonely place to be in too. It's a long
It
because
is.
trust me, I like you feel like you're always the one complaining or have something to say. Like, trust me, I feel you. Like, so you always gotta almost be like you gotta play like the back seat to a certain extent. But then you only can stay there so long because you just keep watching it and watching it and watching it. And then so I definitely can relate. That's why I said I think we have a lot more in common. I just think all the people that I've been able to sit in rooms with, aka clients and patients, it changed my perception because I seen so many things fail from the misinterpretation of things. Like there's so many failed relationships just because of a word. Just because of like something very simple as he said he didn't want me. And a person will be harping on. Go ahead, Kier.
I'm sorry. Are you guys? I just have a really quick question. Are you guys both in the mental health field?
Oh, I don't know what Sonny does. I don't know what Sonny does.
Oh, okay. The only reason why I asked, I am like the polar opposite. Like I am very direct, but I'm soft with it. Like I always put boo in front of anything I want. Boo, could you do, or boo, I don't like, I always find a way to make it soft, but I am
You have
very,
tact.
very,
You have
I
tact.
guess.
That's what they call it.
Yeah, like
You
I
have
am,
tact.
like I am very, very direct. Like if it's something that, um, and there are certain times where I'm just like, oh, okay, I'm like easygoing. I don't really have an answer, or but I mean, I feel like communication is such a big thing. I don't sit back and let things happen. I like to handle things head on, have those hard conversations, and if I see it once, I like to shut it down right then and there. Like even like on this, I don't want to get too, no, I'm not gonna go there. But yeah, I just I am very direct because I want him to be the same way as well. If it's something that you see that is bothering you, let's address this right now, right here, right now, because I don't want this to fester. Because once it festers, it kind of balloons into something that isn't really it doesn't have to be that big. Like one like yeah, like even in a lot of relationships I see people, men and women, who suffer on like an intimate level because they don't express what they like, right? No, this is what I like, and we gonna get this, and we gonna make it work, and we going take off. You know what I mean? Like if it's something that I like to eat, I address it. Hey, this is what I like. I like to eat these things or whatever. This is what I don't like to eat, and then we make it work from there. Okay, like we need to be a lot more forthcoming with the things that we like if we want longevity, because whenever things fester, it just, I don't know, it's always a recipe for disaster for me. And you can be forward and still be soft.
Well, in the business of business, you have to learn how to walk into a situation and read the room. I am not in the field of psychology. However, there was a moment in my life where I actually wanted to go to school to be a counselor. I just decided to take a different path. I've been told that's kind of my gift. And I was just like, well, I'll just, fake psychologize people on the internet. I'm kidding. I'm not going to do that. It's enough of them out there. But I do hold a special place in my heart for the mental health world. So I've done a considerable amount of reading in it, and I've studied a little bit, not to say I would, but I've made myself very aware in that because of the type of things that I do and the type of environments that I've had to work in. So you have to be tactful, because I've worked in environments where you have people with very fragile egos, right? Everything is based off of their, titles and pay grades and all this other kind of stuff. So it's like, okay. Well, when you walk in, you have to kind of say the thing with a smile, even though this person has no idea what they're talking about. So I think I've had to learn how to deal with tact or I'm going to say this and I'm going to land because y'all know I get up here and run my mouth all day. And it was money in the chat, I believe. So I think, too, that like when there were moments that I was just very direct with people, it was more of an offense. So I think I've over years that I've just learned how to be more, let me read the room a little bit, if you will. And then kind of operate from that space, because I understand that everyone that I've had to deal with in lots of different environments of different socioeconomic statuses, it doesn't matter how you say it, what you say, you're always going to be, the offense will always be taken. So I've just kind of learned to still kind of say what I need to say, but then also understand the environment. And I think in a relationship that impacts the relationships that I've had, because you carry it over. You can't take yourself out of the, these dynamics. You move from work into home. It's very hard to remove yourself from those dynamics. So I know that communication is one of the things, but I have to work. Even though I sit up here and run my mouth with y'all, with people that I've had intimate relationships in the past, it was very difficult for me to have those conversations sometimes, just simply because there were levels of rejection there. And it was kind of hard for me to be like, okay, well then I'm just going to shut up because they don't like what I had to say. So.
Shout out. So we're gonna play this music for the money. Plug has to get something done, so I just want to respect his time. I appreciate everybody. Kira, Sonny, it's always a blessing to have you ladies come up. Sonny, I'm telling you, I'm gonna watch this back. We probably got 6 more shows we can do out of this whole conversation.
We didn't even finish the first one.
I know, so we're gonna do it next. We'll keep it going this week. Whenever we go live, we'll keep it going, and I'll let you know what's going on, because I think it's great to listen to the chat. You guys created a great show for us, and we appreciate everybody tonight. So we're gonna play this money, and then we're gonna get this thing on out so Plug can take care of this thing. Sorry to hold you up, big dog. So hold on 1 second.
Are you making another beat, daddy?
What up, nephew?
And Genius is my dad.
Hey, Lay. Classic. Bass. Hard times ain't nothing at all. Really come from a struggle. Move around Michael Buffer. Always ready to rumble. All that mean is off the muscle. Y'all can't match my hustle. Screen bucket, that's a cuzzo. Bigger key to no muzzle.
Shout out to Classic as always. Appreciate the super chat. Class, he said, I believe when a relationship of any kind ends over something that appears to be petty, it's protection. Classic.
Agreed.
So we appreciate everybody in the chat tonight for all the comments tonight. We appreciate y'all's time. Thank you, Kira and Sonny, for giving us y'all time. It means a lot. I know time isn't something that we just give up. Real talk. Make sure you come back this week, man. We're gonna have Sonny back on this thing. I'm telling you, I'm about to go rewatch this. We're gonna come through with a few shows off of this. I think it's gonna be great content to keep talking about. People love talking about relationships, man, and we can give an objective view of it. I think it's a great place to come watch it. So shout out to everybody in the war room tonight. Again, shout out to Kira, shout out to Miss Sonny, and as always, shout out to my greatest team. I got Uncle Plug from Uncle Plug TV. Got the First Lady and Soft Rain. Y'all make sure y'all tune in tomorrow. Soft Rain needs the same support tomorrow night. She's doing her first call-in show. Hotline with Rain. Y'all make sure y'all tap into the hotline tomorrow. If you're in the Discord, she'll be dropping the number that you'll be able to call in on early, so you'll get first dibs on calling in.
We need all the raindrops in the chat.
Yeah.
Y'all come tomorrow night, 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central, same time that we always pull up with no middleman. Make sure y'all come support. Yeah.
Hey, real talk, come up. Let us know next time. Yeah, we love the story, but appreciate you ladies again. Kira, Sonny, thank you all so much. And as we always say, man, y'all have a great night. And the Raw Society is out.
Why you ain't say nothing? I'm only gonna do this once. You always knew I'd make it from the beginning. Why you ain't say nothing? You believed in me the whole time, for real? Yeah. I couldn't tell. You was around me from the beginning. Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Seen them hard times, couldn't kill me. Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Stages on moon getting bigger. Now you wanna say something. But watching my story, y'all winning. Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing?